Welcome, everybody, to another glorious evening of Guilty Gear Strive, brought to you by Matchstick Melee. It is Wednesday, and it is time to throw down on this shaky raft we call the Arxis server. Joining me in the commentary booth today are, you know her, you love her, it's Gem Lethal.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, there's acknowledgement. And then joining us one more time, from the depths of the underworld that is the GGST Discord server, it is Blitz and Lord Advent. How's it going, guys?
Hello.
Hey, everybody. I would say it's going well. How about you, Matchstick?
I'm doing marginally. Thank you for asking.
Interesting response. Anyway, we're starting up with our first match here, it looks like.
So we got YoungFool coming out with the Leo again. I guess he's got a thing for blonde guys, but I don't think he's really succumbed to his true passion for the big man himself. Although, you never know. Maybe his Leo has gotten better than it was when we last saw. But he's going to have some tough competition here.
Because on the player 2 side, we have TeddyTreebark.
Don't we all miss Teddy?
You know him as the guy who took a game off Hotashi at Frosty Faustings.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Kellen knows him as the guy who always plays Lily of Steel.
Always, without fail.
So that's how you can tell it's YoungFool on player 1 side, because we're not listening to that song.
And immediately we're off to a great start from YoungFool here. He's got Teddy on the ropes dang near immediately.
Yeah.
Clearing the match out in 19 seconds without giving us a chance to talk about it.
That move, good for advancing guard. But of course, Millia's the type of character where a loss is just a loss. That's all it is. It really doesn't. It really doesn't indicate much. It just indicates that in this particular instance, the Millia player just didn't mix hard enough.
I get to play the game.
Simply did not. But it looks like that is not the case here, as Teddy now has him in the corner with half of his health. Blocks the overhead. Bad moon there.
Of course, Millia is a character famous for her pretty much unreactable mix, and we're seeing Teddy take pretty good use of that. Of course, with that having been said, there is a lot of pressure on a Millia player in order to play the character pretty much perfectly. And one of the big issues with that is that it's just about impossible to tell exactly what it is your opponent's thinking. One of the best strategies that you can utilize if you're struggling for fighting Millia is to just pick one of the 4 directions you can block and just stick with it. Because eventually, she might choose to do that one.
Eventually you'll be right 25% of the time.
A lot of Millia players actually do prey on their opponents trying to react to things that she's doing and changing their guard often. So by not doing that, you might strike gold. Unfortunately for TeddyTreebark, it seems YoungFool has done just that.
It seems he struck bronze in that match. But YoungFool managing to in-shadow win there.
I wouldn't even say it was a...
Wait.
I thought it was...
Wait. I have a question.
What's your question?
Why bronze?
I don't know. Just the first thing that came to mind.
Either way, it seems that YoungFool did a pretty good job of calling out Teddy's less true things. That is
Indeed.
something to keep in mind about Millia, is that if you know where to press, you can turn off a good amount of the pressure.
All this mix is fake. Unfortunately, we're off to a pretty bad start for YoungFool, though, as he whiffs his first counter and gets put in the blender immediately.
Oh, right.
And we're gonna have Oki on the other side of the wall.
Ooh, that's not exactly a great position to be in against Millia. Goes for the wake-up throw immediately.
No mix, though.
I
No
believe
mix,
that.
puts him in the corner.
I believe that off of
Good match from...
I believe that off of a 5D, you setting up the H tandem top is not actually true. But I
Really?
don't think YoungFool knows that. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, setting up a H tandem top is only guaranteed to be true off of her
Oh my
Wheel
God.
Super, her 2D, and RRC.
Hits him with the command grab to close out the round.
Was that 10 seconds?
It felt like it.
It was pretty quick. Millia does not have a lot of HP. Like I said, there's a lot of pressure on her to play basically perfectly.
You have to... Playing Millia means accepting that you're not going to deal much damage, but everyone's going to deal a lot of damage to you.
But you trade that off by having so many options.
Counter by YoungFool there. Go straight for the super.
Absolutely schmicks your opponent. Oh boy.
Whiffs the throw on Wake Up. That's really bad for Teddy.
Okay, we got a good burst in the corner here.
DB's out with the Eyes and Storm.
Clinging on to life here, but all it takes is one good mix and to keep up
Correctly, but
pressure.
unfortunately gets thrown.
And we see here where his HP is particularly low. He did not set up the H tandem top off of the throw. Will he do it here? Okay, he tries to steal it. See, Teddy was vulnerable to a mash there, but I don't think YoungFool knew.
Oh no, the whiff Eyes and Storm.
Damn.
There it
Burst
is.
just came back too.
Now,
That was
of
a hell of a
course,
comeback.
it is distinctly possible that what Teddy was trying to do there, and based on his movement, I think it is the case. I think he was trying to bait an Eisenstorm off of the H tandem top set up from the 5D, or not the 5D, the 6D. But it clearly YoungFool did not take the bait. Still got the win though.
Teddy putting himself on the board with that one going into game 3 here. Will we see that same mix? The issue with both these games is that both of them are blending machines.
Yeah,
So
it just so happens that only one of these blending machines has reversal tools.
True.
At least meterless reversal tools.
Goes for the gold burst immediately after that throw.
Okay, and this is a big opportunity for Teddy, as we've got YoungFool in the corner with some pain on the board.
Doesn't
And
let him
now-
get the shield off.
With no burst.
Goes straight for the DP into the back turn.
Ooh,
Mashes
that was
straight out.
Yeah, that was an
preventing the mix.
excellent dash. Of course, there's a gap in that on-block pressure, which YoungFool will...
Goes straight to super. Will this wall break? It will not.
Wait.
Oh no! Immediately gonna get Wake Up supered off that. That is not good.
Very good setup, but
Gets the throw tech.
basically no true Oki off of that, and YoungFool passing the knowledge check.
Eyes storming into a Roman to seal out the round. Putting him in the lead.
And there's the classic Millia mix. Dash one way, dash the other.
Hope they don't block it the second time.
And this is sort of what I meant by just choosing a block direction. There, if YoungFool would have been like, nah, I'm just gonna hold back. None of that mix matters. Obviously, that's
Gets
no
him with a couple
excuse
good
not to
pokes.
react in certain times, like there YoungFool reacted to the fact that Teddy was no longer in the air and locked low.
Hit by the
but
overhead.
It is
Unfortunately, guess is wrong.
It's a
Every Wake Up.
Slow march to death.
Basically.
It looks like
I mean, that's-
YoungFool's been getting hit with the over consistently.
Yeah, that's the motto of Millia, though. It's a slow march to death, but that march is relatively consistent as long as the player is able to consistently keep their opponent in this guessing game.
Yep.
With that having been said, she doesn't have a perpetual license to it. It's like you can set them up into Oki, but as you can see, like YoungFool was doing there, his defense is still
Ooh, gets the DP out.
very much able to keep him in there. He's, I
Goes
think,
for
dead
the
off this.
yeah, this might be it for YoungFool. He's not
No
dead.
wall splat.
Oh, gets another DP.
And we've got
Oh.
burst on deck.
Hang on.
All right, doesn't go for the wall break just yet. Wants to get extra damage, but unfortunately gets Yellow Roman into a 2K2D.
Just a little greedy there from YoungFool, I think.
Just a little bit, I think.
He could have set up into the Stalwurble, or he could have set up off of a Red Roman.
Hey, that young fool.
Yeah.
Showing off a little
TeddyTreebark
bit of that.
taking the lead here.
Showing off a little bit of that trademark foolishness, eh?
He's taking, like, when I look at YoungFool, like, he's taking a lot of risk. I see it. But it's
that's how
kind of
you
worth
have
it.
to. Yeah, that's how you have to play against Millia. you're not allowed to sit there and not take risks, because
True.
Millia is able to take a bunch of low reward risks. You, as the person on the other side, have to capitalize off the fact that she can't really deal a lot of damage by going for your own more high reward risks. Otherwise, you're never going to beat her.
Yeah.
Of course, the downside of that is if you guess wrong consistently, she will consistently blow you up.
Yeah. But like the good thing is, it's like as long as you have like a heavy hitter like Leo or Pot or
doesn't manage to throw him out, but uses up his burst. YoungFool's still not out of it just yet, but unfortunately I spoke a bit too soon, and by a bit I mean like basically 2 frames.
Yep.
Yep. It was a big change for Millia to be able to turbo fall behind the opponent in the corner, and it really does open up a whole world of mix. Speaking of mix, wow,
Leo basically YoungFool doing to Teddy what he's been doing to him this whole game.
YoungFool opened up his own bag of mix.
Unfortunately,
he's going to be put through with Oki.
Yeah.
Not much damage off this, though. He's still got half of his life bar.
Gotta watch out for those throws on the other side. There's not a lot of true Oki, which Millia can set up from the...
Jiren gets it off the...
Excellent wake-up super. But there's not a whole lot of really powerful true Oki Millia can set up off of hard knockdown on the other side of the wall. So going for a throw, going for a close slash, those are the things you need to basically look out for. She's not going to be able to set up H tandem top, and S tandem top is not safe. And in this case, YoungFool
manages to block the bad moon again.
Doing a pretty good job of checking most of Teddy's options.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to be enough here.
I don't think that's dead yet, but he's basically got one more neutral, and
he goes for the shield again, but just gets load out of it. We've been in this place before, at least a couple times this match.
My God, have we been here before?
Yeah, that's 3.
Been here before. Yeah.
It looks like that's going to give Teddy the win, though.
Yes, it is.
I think the main thing I would have liked to see a little bit more of was YoungFool needs to, I think, work on higher damage combos with Leo. We saw a lot of openings, especially places where maybe he didn't start with a combo starter, but he had meter, and he could have done some serious things off that, but didn't really see it. I think maybe a little bit of labbing, making his character just that touch more optimal, would have helped a lot.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, because like I was like, oh, he could probably do this and this and this here, like, but I'm not the one playing, but like I think with like Leo, it's kind of like
in any matchup where you're fighting Millia, the most important thing is always, anytime you get an opening, you have to do 2 things off of it. You have to do as much damage as possible, and you also have to make sure that you are setting up for some loop of offense of your own. So setting up into hard knockdown so that you can have your opponent in Oki again forces Millia to play a bit of her own guessing game, a guessing game which is very risky because she herself only has a metered reversal, and it's one that's not particularly safe. So
basically save and capitalize is what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Like,
but now we're going into game 2. We have teammates facing each other, TBK the Jimmy and TBK Taki Nakano.
My goodness, the Kisuke matchup.
We got the Kai and
the
Sin.
Go to your room matchup.
You're not my real father.
Now I this weekend had a bit of an experience with fighting Sin, and I learned a whole lot about this character. There's a reason they call him the worst in the game, and a big part of that reason is that move that we just saw there. Its name is Elk Hunt. What you can actually do is throw that anytime. It does not low profile a throw, because it's impossible to low profile a throw in this game.
In fact, we found out nothing low profiles throw.
So one of the strongest strategies for fighting against Sin, as it turns out, is to watch for the elk hunts and throw them. And also to watch for gazelle steps, so his dashes input after any given special. Those are also always throw punishable. But it looks like Taki is, yeah, see, he could have thrown that one right there. That gazelle step was not safe. But it seems like Taki might not be in the know in this respect.
Taki's having a hard time right now, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks
No. Keep talking. You're giving me information. I play ramp.
Jimmy's just kind of going in on him right now. Oh, goes to the burst, doesn't bait it?
Yeah, Jimmy had a big opportunity to just hold back for a second there, but since he did a fast PRC, I think that was
that's safe jump. Wait,
wow.
No! It's...
What, he actually hit a button there? Huh.
He must have been a centimeter off the ground. That was crazy. But,
no, I think he just tried to hit a button. This is definitely dead. Oh, what? He doesn't even go for the second hit?
I am extremely...
Oh my god, Taki.
I thought that Taki...
didn't have enough meter. Did not have enough meter.
I thought that Taki used a close slash on that Ride the Lightning. I guess I missaw.
No. So he went straight into raw lightning, and that's how he got it down to whether his life down, because he didn't hit any button, just went straight into the raw lightning, the red lightning.
Jimmy just out here breaking Papa's ankles.
Yeah, Jimmy tried to do the same thing, but like Taki's moves I think are slightly faster than Sin's. So like,
basically
it was
what you're saying is he mistimed his meaty and it paid off for him.
Yeah.
We take those.
Right. Certified Sin moment.
Yeah. Game 2.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, immediately, Sin has lost 2 of his 3 stamina bars. And there's
make that 3 out of 3.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Now, as I learned, Sin has to spend stamina bar for every attack follow-up and every dash follow-up off of all of his specials. And without them, he is left at a pretty difficult situation. I'm beginning very much to think that Taki maybe is not aware of that.
Possibly.
I'm too late, alright.
Now I'm waiting for you for this exact moment.
Too many people.
Phage has arrived in the house, for those wondering. Now,
Taki is getting blown up here.
No.
It is not looking good.
But he will have burst, and he immediately will waste it.
Oh, okay, he might not know that one either. There, at least, he did try to punish the gazelle step with a throw. He just simply reacted a bit too late, and all it did was protect him from the throw. With that having been said...
Oh no, there's the RTL. That's gonna kill him.
I think we're seeing... I think the main issue we're seeing out of Taki here is that he is not playing at enough of a range. Sin only opens himself up to his extreme vulnerabilities in 2 situations. 1, when he has no meter, and 2, when he's at a range and he gets desperate and decides to elk hunt in. The first is something that you could trigger by forcing him to play at a range. That way, the only way he can safely do his things is to get in with one special, and then he immediately wants to run his offense and will spend his resources. And the second, if you react to the fact that he's going to elk hunt, you can run forward and throw it. Of course, Taki
going for the Nago pick here. I question that at least a little bit.
Taki has been well known for going. Whenever his Kai fails him, he brings out the Nagoriyuki, and sometimes it has been successful, and here Jimmy has fallen for not 1, but 2 of the Rekka 1-2 into Bloodsucking Universe. And that has put him at a serious advantage here. There, he absolutely could have thrown that elk hunt.
Does this?
Not even close.
That was a bit questionable. I don't know about that one, Taki. He is absolutely destroyed from that. What happened?
A big part of the reason for him taking so much damage there is because, as part of Nagoriyuki's nerfs last patch, the more Blood Rage meter that he has built up, the less defense he has. So he goes from having more defense than Potemkin to having the lowest in the game.
Huh.
Does Nago actually get the lowest defense in the game at level 3 blood?
Yes, I believe he does.
That's kind of crazy, actually.
Although I think he is tied with Zato.
That's it for Taki.
Yeah, it is.
He's done.
One of the primary reasons that he lost there, and at least in that last interaction, was because when he reacted to the hoof stomp, which was good, he reacted to it using a 6P, which is a very bad idea. Hoof stomp hits very close to the ground at the end of its active frames, and therefore it was able to very easily snipe the 6P. If you manage to react to a hoof stomp, you should usually go for something fast. Basically the fastest move you've got. So something like a 5K or a 6P, or not a 6P, a 5P. And there, he went for a 6P, which was far too slow for dealing with the situation. And that means that Taki is taking the long road into the loser's bracket.
So basically, like, Taki also has a Ram, but like I understand why you probably didn't pick Ram in that situation, because like Ram has a lot of slow moves.
Ram, I think, would be perfect for fighting Sin. Like, absolutely perfect. And the reason for that is because Ram can play at a range where Sin is at a huge disadvantage and has to rely on L-Cunts to get in. L-Cunts, which put him in situations where he can get thrown. Pretty much any time you're having a Sin run his offense on you, you can throw him. So if you know that, then even having pretty slow buttons like Ram does close up, and let's be honest, they're not really all that slow. But when you're in a situation where that's your biggest bottleneck, and your enemy's character is literally coming up directly into your face, you're guaranteed frame 2 throw. Your absolute best friend.
That's all I have. But like, yeah, I get it, because like now I know that, because like when Sun first stopped, I didn't know you can throw all this, so like I was mostly like baiting his DPs, because I know you can, like, if you block the first hit, you can hit him on the second hit.
Yeah,
right?
You can hit him between the first and the second hit.
Yeah. So like, yeah. So like, so that's why I was most of my gameplay for a very long time in that matchup was just baiting that to get what I need, and actually looking for like other openings, like trying to keep like the space, because I knew like up close, like if I could keep the space, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Right.
So one of your best friends in pretty much any fighting game, as I have learned, is to learn your opponent's character's weakness, because there's a lot of things where the offense is just fake and you can find ways to poke holes in them, like I was discussing earlier with TeddyTreebark's using throw in order to set up an HS tandem top. Like I said, that's not true, and knowing that can make all the difference. I believe if he does try to do that off of a throw, you can fuzzy block even, and then that basically puts a gigantic hole in the rest of his offense. But for characters like Sin especially, it is absolutely vital, and so I highly recommend that anyone looking to improve their matchup skill go to Dustloop's counter strategy section on each character. They have on the Dustloop character page, counter strategies.
The don't get gimmicked page.
I always liked those. Like back
it.
for Street Fighter 4, like there was tons of info. Like, okay, here, if you're playing this character and you fight this character, this is what you need to focus on. And I'm like, yes, please, thank you. I'll never figure this out.
And speaking of figuring things out, how about Teddy and Flashkick? Right?
The rivalry. Finally getting to see another
Blitz at
match.
each other's throats.
Team Blitz.
Oh wow! Just instantly wins the air. Like watching 40 like play is actually like one of the few things like I actually enjoy, surprisingly. But especially with a character I think is like you have to figure out like different. Yeah, I was like, especially with a character like where I know like she has to get in and have to play like within her range. Like the one thing I learned with characters is learning their ranges, like learning what range they play in, right? Which she's close up, she's a striker type character, right? So
Flashkick really trying to set up some schnasty mix there, trading a little bit of damage and potentially a hard knockdown for a bit of mixy sauce. Mixy sauce, which TeddyTreebark saw through immediately.
Trading a little bit of damage for a lot of damage, actually.
Yeah, and that's not exactly the kind of situation to be in.
That ain't it, Chief, but
Okay.
as you can see, the turbo fall working, it goes for the burst immediately. I said Flashkick's going to try and ship him out, but unfortunately the blue Roman ends up getting him in that round.
Yeah, in that situation, TeddyTreebark's use of the blue Roman was extremely smart because Flashkick was at such a range that there was no way he could close slash or use throw. The main things which would beat Teddy's options.
Speaking of good decisions, using the JH to beat out the Iron Saber there.
Oh, he Roman canceled just a bit too early there. But speaking of a bit too early, that burst, oof.
I think
it was a bit rough for Teddy.
Yeah, I think 40 was looking for that. That's why he did what he did. He literally backed up, just trying to react whatever.
40 is always looking for bursts.
Flashkick, I would say more than just looking for burst. Flashkick is the type of person who is willing to stand back and do nothing to force his opponent to react to nothing.
The feed.
Absolutely.
And then he capitalizes on whatever they do in response.
One of my favorite things to do in this game is just to stand there and let my opponent walk into me.
Kellen, do you know that's a lie? One of your favorite things to do is food your arc at any occasion.
True.
So, anyways, moving on.
Why are we snitching on each other today?
For comedic value.
True.
So,
it helps out.
Okay, so we get to see here, once again, basically, one of Millia's real win conditions in pretty much any matchup is hitting a 2K. Hitting 2K, 2D is absolutely vital because that leads to one of her true tandem top setups. And, okay, yep. And we saw there off of the
baked
throw,
up the old Roman.
Yeah, we saw off the throw that Teddy doesn't necessarily trust doing a HS tandem top off of a throw. Maybe because he suspects that Andrew is in on that.
Oh
boy,
that was a shame. That burst was really well baited.
Yeah. Teddy just basically had to take advantage of 40 that round.
But it's definitely not the end of the road. The thing about this, and I think the big delta we'll be seeing between this match and the previous match we saw with Teddy on stream, is that 40% Flashkick's Geo is able to do a lot of damage compared to YoungFool's layout. Is essentially not even close.
40% Flashkick's Geo is able to do a whole 2 more damage than yours.
Yes, that is actually true. And
over a career length, that comes up to be a lot.
I will note the fact that the consistency is key, but Flashkick will debate me on that, I'm sure.
Ooh,
that was an enormous amount of risk.
An insane read by Flashkick too, and that gets him the round and Teddy's burst basically. So 40's in a really good spot here.
I suspect we'll get to see a lot of...
Gets his Travail beaten out by a poke there.
Yeah, we'll get to see a lot of standing around at range and looking for opportunities to move in, which is exactly what we're seeing.
It's how you fight Millia.
Flashkick's an artist with this character, and there! Teddy got away with setting up the tandem top off the throw. I think Flashkick maybe got a little bit greedy on his answer to that particular problem.
What? No.
Ooh, the Sol Nascente counter hit into the blue Roman.
This I can already tell this ain't an optimal combo. Come on in.
Listen, we got to see the hacky sack combo. It's okay. It's been so long.
That's true, but off of
oh my God. Travail's into the corner to go for a cross up and then gets hit by the move that covers both sides.
Flashkick there, falling victim to maybe a little bit of hubris and showmanship. Off of that Sol Nascente, he could easily have instead followed up with a close slash into a 2H, into a Sol Poente, and then a dashing 5K to wall splat with some aerials involved. And then he could have Ventanya'd, which would have done more damage and given him hard knockdown on the other side of the wall.
You're talking crazy.
Listen, that's not the Flashkick way. She must stand trial.
Kellen, this is the same guy who criticizes me for using a 5K instead of a 5H and doing 2 less damage. So I think I'm justified here.
Okay. So this is basically.
Oh
your
my
revenge.
goodness,
Okay,
that burst bait from Teddy.
Teddy
Oh my god.
doing a lot of
Off
work
of that
against
super,
Pretty.
Getting to set up
So-
the
Trying to get this
HS stand
P.
up top.
Oh,
Wall
go.
breaks way too high there.
Yeah, I think Teddy wanted the bad moon to drag down, but it didn't work out.
They traded the air, the classic GameStop trade.
Works for me.
Yeah, I think Flashkick maybe got absolutely reamed on in-store credit there.
To be fair, he was
Coming
trying
in
to
a hard
trade in
knockdown.
the Fallout
Was that a
76
joke?
canvas bag.
Flashkick standing firm and manages to backdash out of the 2K and put him in a bit of a blocking situation, but
Ooh, that was a wall break.
yeah, that is a rough one
Snap.
for Flashkick.
And by a rough 1, we mean a rough 2, and by this point, a rough 3. But he gets his burst back in the last second.
Immediately, and right into the corner. Flashkick too smart to give him the Puente, but not smart enough to ironclad his block string. Yikes. That puts him down. Maybe if he would have just not tried to show off the previous game. Don't know what
Hey,
it would
man.
be.
Hey, man.
That's a
Feeling
deep
lot
cut.
of
What are you
hostility
doing?
here.
What are you
I
doing?
am feeling a lot of hostility, sir. There's
Hey,
a lot of hostility.
I feel it's worth reminding the audience that this is the very same guy who taunted on every single one of his tournament matches. I think it's worth mentioning that maybe Flashkick is a bit of a heel in this bracket.
Perhaps. Perhaps.
Maybe. I will not disagree with you, but at the same time,
I'd hesitate to call him a face.
Okay, so we're back into Nooch here, and Millia showing off that
Oh, no.
trademark close slash. which
Oh,
is
no.
Totally not an anti-air.
That close slash may just be the best anti-air in the game.
Flashkick
Yes.
mashing a button too early. I think he was hoping
Ooh,
that.
counter hit 5H.
Oh, and
Oh my
that
God.
right there is another Flashkick classic. Instead of basically hoping that the opponent will continue to hold back during the combo, just taking his opportunity to do a dust combo, but still gets blown up by Teddy at the other side of the wall there.
Yeah, Teddy, when he's got that reversal super on deck,
Wow,
Pretty
Teddy
dangerous
catching
for 40.
that backdash.
40 is
This is
in whatever the
this-
opposite of a good position is here.
okay. He could have done a combo off of that, but kind of hard to
Has
set
to hold
up.
the mix. Goes back into the blender, blocks correctly.
Read the
Blocks
turbo
everything
fall,
correctly, but
read the
unfortunately
turbo
gets crossed
fall
up.
and the TK bad move, but gonna eat a wall break here.
It's not over yet. It's
He's
over.
dead.
it's over.
He's dead, Jim.
It's just, man, Teddy
Well.
Treebark taking that without a second thought after game 1.
Flashkick wearing a red shirt right now, going down to losers bracket.
Well,
Let's see if he can beam himself up into grands later. Sorry, I
yeah,
had to
so
make
we
these
won't-
back-
He's
back
really
Star Trek
riding out the
references.
Star Trek.
He's really stretching this.
there's
Look,
no Star. This is supposed to be Star Wars month, man.
Look, I just finished watching
not for
the
2
season
more
3
days.
finale
Or, sorry,
of Star
yeah,
Trek
not
Picard.
tomorrow, so shush.
We're literally 2 hours away from May the 4th,
Yep.
and you're making
I-
Star Trek references.
And then the
True
really
though that
important
may
day.
be, I have a counterpoint for you. Rise of Skywalker.
Fair.
There you go.
Dang. Invalid. Entire argument invalidated.
Invalidated.
No, because they made it up. They made it up with Mandalorian, the Book of Boba Fett.
Did they? Because they assassinated Luke's character in that trilogy of films.
They really did.
But it's
They-
not about Luke. I don't care about him in that
It's
trilogy.
kind of supposed to be
Oh
about.
my goodness. Oh my! It might not be about Luke, but
Oh
what
my
it is
God.
about is the Jedi way, and Luke seemed to have a pretty good understanding of the Jedi way in that in the original trilogy of movies, and they just decided that the same guy who would not kill Darth Vader, would be so suspicious of Ben Solo Come on, it's actually unbelievable. Terrible writing. But hopefully we have a better ending here for Zalokus.
Yep, we got
And,
Zalokus and the Jimmy.
Oh my
the
goodness,
Jimmy.
the Sid mirror we've been waiting for.
The Sid mirror.
But here's the deal.
Do you think either of them know how to throw Gazelle Step and
No.
You-
I think they're going to gentlemen to respecting each other's options every time.
There's just gonna be a GA not to throw.
It's just gonna be whoever gets outmatched wins.
Okay.
It'd be like at the end, GG, shake my hand.
GG's, shake my hand.
They cannot change society.
I've already been told in
suspect-
the Street Fighter 6 chat rooms that I frequent that we are not to shake the hands of Blanca players.
But we
Why?
aren't.
No,
Why?
we're to put
Well,
them back
I'm
on
trying
their
to play
boats
anyway.
to the Amazon.
Oh my goodness.
I just
Why
want
y'all
to say,
so mean?
I just want
Like,
to
what
say,
did Blanca do to you guys?
Match, you dick, putting me round 1 on the one day I show up late.
Maybe
Maybe
you
don't
shouldn't
show up
have
late.
shown up late.
Maybe on time.
Playing Minecraft in a cave searching for diamonds.
Oh,
Okay, I respect
no!
Yeah, I respect that. Yeah,
I don't
I understand
respect
how hard.
No.
speaking
I'm
of
not
respect-
blinded by Minecraft.
speaking
My
of
goodness.
respect, Jimmy not really having a whole lot of it for Zalokus. Ultimately, that resulting in a bad start. Yeesh. And continuing into potentially an entire bad game 1.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Okay.
This character is so bad he could exploit himself.
Are you kidding me?
How
They
many
don't even
beat drivers
crash.
have we just seen? I'm sorry.
How many hawk break? Oh my god, that was like 6 hawk breakers on one side of the screen.
I'm good. After this,
That was
I'm
a good
good.
mix for
Fuck.
Jimmy there.
Well, I guess they broke the gentleman's agreement.
Pretty much using
Peace was never an option.
pretty
really
much
wasn't.
using the old Hammerfall Potemkin Buster trick with Elk Hunt there. Interesting.
That's what
Literally
you gotta
slaps
do
it
to
into
get. That's what you gotta do to not get thrown out of it.
That is
Ooh,
true.
good Alcon in there.
Wow.
Oh
these
my God.
backdashes have been amazing for
They
Jimmy.
really just are not punishing the backdashes, even though it's like hands down the worst backdash this game has to offer. Goes for that corner instead of pushing him towards his own wall and getting the wall break.
What is
Now-
this?
Gotta question that, Zalokus.
I have two things to say. First off, I think it is incredibly funny that Zalokus has opted to punish without fail Hawkbaker with Hawkbaker. But I also have to say, I think he could do more damage than that.
Oh my god. Wait, is this the perfect read?
Wow.
It was the perfect read.
Wow.
Also,
Okay.
just push him to your corner. It's that easy. You get a free wall break.
Jimmy making the mistake of using the FPRC yet again. We got to see him not block the burst that Taki was throwing. If you're gonna use PRC, maybe at least let the timer rock.
If you're gonna use PRC, at least make it useful.
Because it wasn't red.
Now, with that having been said, I respect it. There are reasons not to do it if you want to mix someone, but it has not panned out for him thus far. Okay.
Okay,
That's a big
I'm slightly
opportunity for Jimmy.
tired of
Bursts him into
seeing
the
that
corner and
Hawk.
gets hawk break.
I'm tired of seeing Hawkbreak now. It's kind of like
Hawkbaker.
seeing Viper. Like at this point, it's kind of like seeing Viper. It's literally kind of like seeing Viper now.
This match in the VOD is going to need a photosensitivity warning from all the hawk breakers.
I think you may experience
I
some
would like-
flashes.
I would like to point out to all those in the audience that Advent is aware that it is in fact Hawkbaker, but he chooses to ignore that.
I think that name is stupid. I think it should be called Hawkbreaker because that sounds cooler. But nevertheless, Zalokus putting him back in the corner with the best throw in the game on the worst character in the game. Kind of insane to think about.
This guy just walks up to Hawks going, I must break you.
Look, have you never looked at a hawk and it was just like, I could break you?
Like, you're just a bird, man. Your bones are hollow.
That isn't. Wow, that did catch.
You're trash, hawk.
Not getting the third hit.
Oh my god, the DP punish, but he doesn't expect the third hit.
There was no punish.
Oh, he left the timer rock. He's been heeding your advice.
That time trying to bait out a potential throw tech.
Doesn't punish the beat driver.
Instead, just gonna roll away and give his opponent neutral
nice
back.
dust.
Ooh, gets hit by the 5D. That's gonna put a round on the board for Jimmy there.
Definitely some good work for Jimmy. Of course,
Oh my god.
Instantly.
This is how Sin dies.
It's looking like Jimmy might be ready to wave the white flag here.
I mean, we see what color of Sin he's playing here. He's obviously been ready to wave the white flag.
Oh, and this isn't gonna kill, but oh boy, is it gonna put him in an uncomfortable situation. Hawk Baker? Why? Literally, why?
Baker.
Hawk
What kind of
Baker?
setup is that?
Actual question.
Oh boy.
That Hawk Baker had a bigger question mark on it than Bedman.
I was legitimately confused.
No, I think all of us were. Hawk Baker.
Hawk Baker?
I mean,
Nevertheless, despite the questionable option, Zalokus is going to be up 2-0 now.
Yeah, it's questionable when Zalokus does it, but when Advent does it with Vapor Thrust on his opponent's wake up, it's genius every time without.
But the difference there is that mine always hits.
True. Except for on me.
True.
I got a Vapor Thrust for you, girl.
Grant Vapor Thrust.
Let's see if Jimmy can put one.
Mishy.
I've got to say, oh wow, Jimmy.
Oh, speaking of which, Grant Vapor Thrust and playing the ugliest Kai color in the game.
Why we on white today?
No.
Because it hasn't been Labor Day yet.
This simply cannot be. Zalokus is getting away with far too many of these Elkons. That would have been huge damage.
Doesn't let him get the counter at 2H combo. I really just said 2H, huh?
2H.
Yep. You put something
2H.
Because we
goes to the OTG there.
Oh.
I guess
Got
Lord
the 5K,
Advent owns some property in upper Scotland or something.
That is a possibility too.
It's Duke Advent.
Duke Advent, actually.
And that's a big punish right there.
Insane punish. Advent.
Finally catches these Elkons whiffing. But I suspect that maybe Jimmy is also none the one as for grabbing Elkons on the way in.
Jimmy with these air approaches going kind of in right now.
He's clearly showing what he's learned.
Now here's the
thing.
Taki. Jimmy lost because he was the first one to swap to a good character.
I hate you.
It's just like in card game animes, the first person who pulls out their big combo loses.
Yeah, exactly.
Going for that fast Roman there.
Goes to the OTG into the meaty. Oh my god, the mix!
Yeah. And that, he could have killed there off of a 5H.
If he just did the 5H, he would have been able to combo into a Fujra arc and then get the round. But, I mean, obviously, he still got the game, though, putting himself on the board.
Yeah.
Jimmy's not out of this yet.
Nah.
He literally said, go to the corner.
He said, go to your room.
He put him in timeout.
This is
I'm putting you in timeout.
In this matchup, wow. Gotta say, I distinctly recall Zalokus saying that he was going to be sticking with Sin until the day he died. So
that's cap.
Interesting.
Okay, from now on, it's not the bed man. It's literally Delilah in the bed.
It's Bedman?
Delilah in the bed.
So this matchup, I still think is pretty favorable overall for Kai. But
does she have cybernetic?
Oh boy, yeah, that was a huge combo. And Bedman, with that having been said, Bedman is a character that absolutely can blow up. And I still don't exactly know where I would put this character as far as a tier list position is concerned. But
Not going for the combo there once again, but does get the wall break into the Ride the Lightning.
Definitely, I don't think a bottom tier character. So,
I think Bedman's got to be like a solid B tier right now from what I've been seeing. Jumps out to bait the super.
Ooh.
That's really bad for Zalokus there.
Yeah, but like that was the cutest thing I have seen all day. He literally protects her. I am like, oh my god!
You could just leave her on the ground where the action isn't.
I
do
can't
like
have
her
one
little facial
thing.
expressions though. She's like her
big
sprite's
block
kind of
string.
large though. I can't imagine that has no like visual impairment on the fight.
I think Zalokus is maybe having a little bit of a regretful time not having his precious Hawk Baker anymore.
Indeed. See, once you give up your play a different character without a reversal, you start missing that reversal.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Vapor thrust out of the pressure there.
Jimmy respecting the RRC.
Vapor thrust again. Jimmy is my goat.
Jimmy is the goat.
That was an interesting mix-up from Zalokus there, though. He used the RRC, waited for its duration to expire, and then did his overhead. At any point, Jimmy could have mashed out, but you know what? If it works, which it didn't,
It worked.
I respect it.
Absolutely. Well, listen, in fighting games, if it happens, you can't prove that it couldn't have happened. Unless the situation comes up again.
Yeah, and we're back to Sin. Not a big surprise.
Deep fake made in Unreal 5.
Goes for one game as bad.
His moment of weakness has passed.
It was
He
an
has
object
returned.
lesson. It was like, see?
It came from a place of darkness.
Forgive
But going
me,
right
Father,
back to the Sin.
for I have sinned.
Zalk picking the Dark Sin here, going straight for his villain arc, it seems.
Perhaps the most chewy thing that's been said on this channel in quite some time.
The most Junie thing.
Forgive me, Father, for I am sin.
The most Batman thing ever stated.
He's like,
There-
yeah, I
there we
named
had,
you, son. I was there.
Yeah, I named you
We
that.
had Jimmy throwing out of the gazelle step there. Oh, that would have been a big punish.
Has the Roman though.
I feel like Jimmy's been listening to our conversation the whole entire time.
But Jimmy is actually actively
bad.
listening in on the stream while he's playing. It's like a podcast for him.
That
Exactly.
was a good combo for him.
We're accidentally just coaching him.
Hey, these guys say I'm doing really good. I should keep doing that.
He has managed to get away with doing this this JD trick every single time, and Zalokus has not yet adapted to it.
Look at the damage.
Yeah, that was big damage.
Oh, this might be it. If he can
Parents
bait the
always
burst
do
here,
heavy damage.
duh, he just waits for it. Then gets hit by the burst.
Patience.
Oh.
Extreme patience.
And that's
yeah.
going to be it. Jimmy getting the reverse 3-0 on Zalokus there.
Absolutely eliminated.
The Kai is exactly what he needed, just what the doctor ordered.
He didn't even need to throw the elk hunts or the gazelle steps. He was just straight up outranging, outplaying, outzoning every single time. And his punish game with Kai was good. It was really
absolutely.
good, actually.
All right, up next we are going to have 40% Flashkick versus Taki Nakano. BT Dubs, we are picking this up from Loser's Quarter because we've had, we settled one off stream that shouldn't have been settled off stream, and then another one where Prada has decided to stick with the other bracket that he's currently entered in for the evening. So that allowed Taki to advance to where we are now. So. But first match of the Loser's Quarter is going to be 40% Flashkick and Taki Nakano.
It'll be interesting to see how Flashkick deals with another Kai, but according to the room entry, it looks like Taki is starting with Ramlethal for this match, and I'm not so sure about that personally.
Personally,
Ram versus Geo.
From my experience, Ramlethal does better against Geo than Kai does. Primarily because Geo can mash out of Kai's pressure a lot easier than she can mash out of Ramlethal's.
Probably, but not having a DP against Geo is kind of rough in my IMO.
Geo
we
also
have
doesn't
a
have a DP,
DP.
brother.
Okay, so Geo and Ram's DP is both on the ground per se. Okay?
With
Yes.
meter.
With meter. So like it doesn't matter what it is, we just gotta keep the space. That's the big important thing with Ram. Space. Don't touch me.
Damn, really?
Immediately gets
Just
6
knock all
speed
that
out of
away.
the far slash.
But Ramaphal's Rekka is absolutely ridiculous and is able to.
Actually, it's been nerfed.
Close the
I don't
gap.
know if they nerfed it again, but like, yeah, they nerfed it. Where
They
it's like
nerfed
we're
it-
not getting.
They nerfed it after buffing it twice. It is
Yeah.
True.
one of
Yeah,
the best
that's
records
true.
I've ever seen in a game.
Dude, it's so good we didn't even get to see it.
Yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate.
Taki is
thing that-
refusing to pull it out.
The thing that he needs to do is stop trying to commit to these big buttons. Big buttons with Ramlethal are very tempting to use because you can get the most range out of them. They're
lead to the biggest
spammable, they've got
damage.
disjoints. But and
So-
he got absolutely blown up there. Ramlethal in this matchup absolutely has to take advantage of her much faster options. Where I'm saying use 5k, Dowro in, set up your Rekkas, and try to get Geo to mash. That is your ticket. Alternatively,
Yeah.
you could also throw the sword. Like I said, that game plan that I just laid
Because
out
like,
does not involve.
yeah. Okay, so like, so throwing the sword is like our basic most plus moves that we have for both sword throw, which is kind of weird to say. Throwing the sword is actually plus, but like at the end of the day, like you want to like with Ram, what I realized like watching other Ram players is actually confirming into everything you do. Because like since we have such big buttons, you don't want to use them like right away. You want to confirm before you do anything. Correct.
Speaking of
Correct.
Ramapal, she is no longer on the screen.
I'm
So
sad.
let's talk about Kai for a bit.
Yeah,
I'm back
well,
into the session.
I think maybe not for particularly long, as we got to see Flashkick win about 3 reads and setups in a row.
You know,
What?
pretty unfortunate for Taki there, but Taki's got pretty good position right now, gonna get positive.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
back on
just
the
gets
board.
called out immediately by JH. Happens to
And,
the best of us.
Flashkick setting up. That is a BRC combo, which I do agree with. That one is very good. Of course, that was a BRC out of an air dash to extend the air dash combo. And Taki playing some good neutral, able to set up off of a JH there, but gonna have to deal with Oki and got caught matching.
Gets 6 feet out of the air immediately. That is what rule of thumb in playing Kai against Geo. Just don't approach in the air. 6P and Solna Sente are like actually your worst enemies, and you don't want to get hit by either of them when you're fighting this character.
Same is true of Foodrark. He is. Oh man, he could have been dead there, but
He is
I think
dead.
Flashkick dropped the combo a little bit.
Taki's not in a
see.
good position. We might see the Nago switch here, but
Yeah, I hope
I don't
we
know.
don't.
I don't know. I think Taki, I think you just gotta pick one character and stick with them for right now. You're into this like loop where you're picking different characters for different
Oh, it's Kai
matchups,
again.
and it's like,
There we go.
You see the
all right, Kai again.
So,
Let's go, Taki.
What we need to see is grounded play, and crucially, we need to see low stuffing options.
Yes.
We need to see 2Ks. We
Oh,
need to
it's
see
like my
2
Thanksgiving.
S's. We need to see especially stun dippers with meter. That is
Absolutely.
your biggest option.
The hell?
Of course, getting to see a little bit of Faultless here. Faultless is extremely powerful when it comes to fighting Geo. Yeah,
Ooh, the counter hit 5H bursts out of it, understandably so.
got a little bit greedy with the button he wanted to push there. And again, it is worth noting that Geo's 5H is one of
Catch the
her
back
only,
dash and that close slash.
one of her only 2 disjointed normals. The other one being, of course, the legendary 2D. But her 5H does actually have a minor disjoint. It pretty
Trader,
much
Stun Dipper does not combo. Gets the throw though.
the hurt box pretty much doesn't cover her half.
All right, gets enough meter to make that a mix, but unfortunately just gets mashed out during the dash cancel.
Yep. Flashkick
That
knew that would
makes-
at least trade.
Yeah,
That makes
unfortunately
the
those
little-
dash cancels were not exactly the best buff to Kai. Oh,
Now nobody has
Okay.
any burst.
Okay.
flash kick. Why?
Flashkick gentlemening to the no bursts.
No burst November.
He has been catching it absolutely
that is basically
absurd
the
amount
idea.
of these 5Hs. Which, I mean, on the one hand, it's good because that's damage, but on the other hand, it's not quite so good because her reward off of them isn't really that high. That was an enormous amount of pushback, which resulted in flashback, not flash kick not being able to combo off that.
Is gonna do big damage.
flashback. I
Yeah,
think we are having a
flashback.
flashback.
We're having a
Counter
flashback to
throw.
the previous match. I
Kinda
think
throws him, puts
Flashkick
him-
wanted the gentleman to go into the stage. I think he just prefers the view.
Yeah. Like the view,
Yeah.
unfortunately, just Loop gets beaten out by Flashkick's aerial approaches again.
Pokey, pokey.
Yeah. The biggest mistake that you can make against a player like Flashkick is doing the same thing over and over. Sometimes you just gotta, you can't let your hands do the work. You gotta let your brain do some of the work. And in that case, you basically have to sit there and think about new things that you can do. New things, even if they don't seem optimal, can be used to catch someone like Flashkick off guard. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see if someone else other than Teddy, or potentially Teddy again, has the ability to have that effect on him.
But right now, we're
I
going to
think
bring in
Teddy might.
YoungFool and Zalokus.
Leo versus Sin, the kings of the jungle, all
I
right
think you
here.
forgot to do something, sir.
Huh?
Wait, hold up. I messed up. That. I messed up. Sorry. That second one.
What?
It's copy
140.
pasta.
That's funny.
Nah, 40 doesn't get his copy pasta activated until he beats Teddy.
Okay. Okay. I'll
All
take
right.
that.
That's the condition for tonight.
Is Zalokus going
I'm okay
in with
with
the
it, yep.
Bedman? Did you
I'll
guys
roll
see
it.
that? We got Bedman on the screen.
Zalokus
He
with
said
the
he said he was going to do it for the
Bedman.
memes.
You know what? I respect
Memes.
Zalokus.
Okay. I don't want to sleep on this bed, so why don't we? Why
Yeah,
don't
this
we
bed doesn't
respect
look very
that?
comfortable. Oh my goodness, this bed does not look very comfortable.
Yeah, the Bedman love to do that that JH setup. The thing with Bedman's JH is that it like Vikings is active until Bedman hits the ground, and it means that it can take a great deal of patience blocking it for an extended period of time. Wow, Delilah getting chopped there. That was really something to witness.
Leo getting tased there. Gets counter hit out of the air. Goes straight for the
literally
Beyblade.
He
Explosion
literally
throw.
said stay away from Delilah.
Hey there, Delilah.
No.
Oh no! Wait a minute!
Wow.
That
was-
wow.
That was quite
Okay.
a gambit. I suspect the players are equally surprised by the game's decision there.
Yeah. And so are the commentators.
I'm very shocked by that, but like at least we got a sweet moment out of it. That's all I
The
care about.
laces air
now.
dash there. That's the interesting thing about Bedman to me is his air momentum there. The way he can mix you just by using that stall is pretty interesting to me.
Wow, that was a crazy throw.
Doesn't get his Oki, doesn't get his counter either.
Okay. And YoungFool playing pretty much the way I would expect you to play against Bedman. Essentially what you want to do is bait and punish.
I got a
You know, wait
Frankenstein in
for-
this bed real quick. Hang on.
Yeah. You
Alright,
want to
goes for
wow. Wait for the big options to come out when you're just close enough to punish them. Ooh, speaking of big options.
Freaking
unfortunately doesn't get much off of it because he lost his air state.
Okay. This is
Going for
a
some-
clutch situation. Yeah, Zalokus does manage
Air's
to win it
right
this time.
out of the projectile pressure there.
Not gonna get wake up super this time.
So this is what happens to Anya from Spy Family when she gets older.
What?
True. God, I hope not. Imagine ending up in the Guilty Gear universe.
Yeah, that's some big damage we got to see. From YoungFool.
Oh,
there.
well, in that sense, you would hope you were a gear.
The wake up Eisenstorm right there.
Well, I wouldn't want to be a gear earlier in the timeline, and there aren't a whole lot of gears left.
I also wouldn't want to be a gear now in the timeline because then I'd just be marginalized.
No, but like gears can like actually live like regular humans. So like
This is true.
Depends on the kind of gear we're talking about.
One
But
for the
anyways-
YoungFool.
Yeah, YoungFool putting it on the board.
Interesting,
Not letting-
Bedman.
Not letting the magic pixel death get to him.
Are we gonna see Bedman again? We are gonna see Bedman?
yes!
I think Zalokus
Okay.
is simply afraid of the truth that his sin will be humiliated.
Okay,
And
let's put
so
it
he
this way.
must resort to using Bedman under the false pretense that it's a meme. In
Bad
reality,
tactic.
he is searching for any way out of the Sin Kisuke F-tier experience.
Me too, buddy.
So here he is, dealing with the Bedman at the very least, I don't know, like C tier, B tier, somewhere in there.
Is this pressure safe? Like,
No, definitely not. With that having been
YoungFool
said,
airsted out of it earlier, but he's not doing it now, is he? Well,
with that having been said, Bedman's moves have a lot of visual noise to them, and also a good amount of pushback. So it can be challenging for characters with stubbier normals to
good OTG.
deal
man.
with it.
nice.
A little bit greedy there. With
Solid
the
OTG.
third cross-up in a row.
Good blue Roman there by Zalokus.
Throw your brain at him.
I think,
Wow,
I thought he had
that projectile
replay.
from Leo is really able to invalidate this character in many situations.
Yeah. Goes to the throw again. Immediately goes to the OTG, but it doesn't kill. The air state does, though. And that's really good for Zalokus. Puts him on the board for this round.
I love you, giant cylindrical Ni-chan.
This is just like that Pro ZD skit. where all the boys in the harem anime are pieces of furniture. Except in this case, it's Delilah's brother.
That's the new summer anime. What are you talking about?
It's the new Side's Cherem anime.
Yeah. They've already got the I Was Reborn as a Vending Machine. What do you think the next logical step
Dude,
is?
I'm so excited for reincarnated as a vending machine.
Getting back to the match,
Okay.
we got to see Zalokus bait an amazing throw there, and getting to capitalize just a little bit later with a super, doing a massive amount of damage to YoungFool. who
Going
that
for the
time-
bed blade there is extremely risky.
Good burst.
That time managed to
Guard crush into the other guard crush.
Ah, didn't block that low. This is a bad situation.
Nice.
Ooh, the projectile's keeping him out there.
If I'm not mistaken, Leo can use his 5H hold, the advancing guard normal, in order to get in on that projectile. Of course, he would move a lot more slowly, but it's an option for maybe YoungFool
Guys,
to
I
consider.
don't think Teddy believed us about the reborn as a vending machine thing.
Oh, Teddy.
Okay,
Teddy,
so there's
you don't
reborn
even
with a vending
know.
machine. There's one with when they're in onsen. There's one as doorknob. There's one as Hold on. My
There's a
mind went
lot.
blank.
There's a lot of inanimate reincarnations for
As
some
long as it's
reason.
not that
I
one where
hear
he
there's
gets
even one
reincarnated
as a
corgi
low-tier
pup.
main. And that one
Yes,
stars
yes, there
Zalokus. Sorry, I'm firing a lot of shots.
But anyway.
now.
Damn. Why?
We're coming up on the hit anime of this May. Reincarnated as a bed. Reincarnated as a bed. Now I can't see the radiant light.
Zalokus absolutely not letting young Bladu.
I mean, that's smart.
Yeah, it's important.
Oh.
There he did,
They're to mix.
but that one was at such a great range. I think it's kind of hard for him
It was a really good super buy.
to blame.
Zalokus there. I think the primary issue I'm seeing in this matchup is that Batman has to block a lot out of their own pressure strings due to Leo, so they can't really get any of their errors off, which is kind of a bad situation because all their error specials are really good.
Oh!
Okay, doesn't go for the kill there. Just tries to lob his head at him. Okay, Zalokus.
I'm not sure I like this anime adaptation of Short Circuit
Number 5 alive.
for now.
Number 5 dead in a second here. Put through the wall. Yet again, trying to fish for these projectiles. Of course, Leo's projectile is notable for having the property of eliminating other projectiles. at the
Yeah, it's
cost of
super
being
durable.
Quite
He
a bit
builds a wall.
laggier. With
All
that
right.
wow.
said,
Doesn't get to
Batman
capitalize
doesn't
much off that.
exactly have the ability to get in particularly easily and punish Leo for using it.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a extremely valuable tool in Leo's tool belt for dealing
But
with
you know,
this
now the
character.
Medman's in. Unfortunately, he gets Eisenstore back. Oh my god, the bait!
YoungFool.
5H directly into the super
Wait, that
mode.
didn't
Whips
hit.
it. That's so bad.
Ooh,
That's so bad. No way.
That super is so short range. I don't think there was an option of confirming it.
I think that super might be one of the worst in the game.
I disagree.
It's not even by
completely.
virtue that it's bad. It's just that range is terrible.
I mean, okay, let's be fair.
Okay,
Let's be
I
fair
think
here. That was not a particularly optimized combo that he used.
Yeah.
He
I don't think it's the
effectively did-
worst.
Good DP there.
He effectively did close slash into super after waiting for just a little bit too long.
Listen, it could be worse. He could be Tempestad.
That is true. As we proved last week.
As we proved
Tempestad
last
is the
week.
Worst.
From Thug Finals.
Oh man.
All right, goes
That
to
was a
Bedblade.
terrible
The throw
decision.
out of Bedblade. Doesn't get much of a combo out of it, but is able to reset his pressure thanks to the air state.
Reason Advent's surprised there is because that move is extremely minus, so Leo could have set up basically anything he wanted. This is a
All right,
huge
this
opportunity.
is the win. This is the win for Zalokus.
So 2-1.
Putting
I'm
him
enjoying
up
this a
2-1
lot.
with the Bedman.
Bedman.
All right, Zalokus.
I want to see the super with Delilah though. I know he has one. I've seen it.
You're talking
You're
about
talking
the
about the
install
install
super.
super?
Yes.
The install super is it's a little bit situational, although I do see it gets quite a bit of use compared to this game's other native install super, Dragon install,
Yeah.
which I have seen basically none of.
Unfortunately, when you lock an install super behind a 30% health region, you
Yeah.
can't use it most of the time.
It's not even like
I
it's
know
not even
it.
that great from what I've seen. Like it's definitely no like Dark Phoenix transformation.
It's much better now than it used to be, but on launch it was terrible, and
That's
it
sad.
didn't really get great until this patch.
I'm
Unfortunately, the 30% threshold still hurts, especially in a
You gotta
game that
get
says
there.
high damage as this.
Oh man, that was a huge gold burst we got to see from
Gets
Zalokus
bursted
there.
back into the corner, goes for the super, into the Roman.
Ooh,
Oh,
what
that's
a
big
great
damage.
Cross up.
Goes for his air estate.
Oh.
Gets the bed blade off.
I thought he was dead by then. He's trying to chip.
Having to use so many advancing moves, that right there illustrates exactly why faultless defense is not a catch-all for every character.
Speaking
Using
of faultless
faultless
defense,
against
I've been noticing that like the risk meter is not like
yes,
climbing.
that is an important aspect of faultless defense. I believe it reduces risk gain rather substantially. It also increases pushback, which was kind of problematic for YoungFool there. Not because it leads to a situation where suddenly he can't punish.
Good 2D there
but-
from YoungFool, but gets thrown out of the Zvite there.
But the issue with the way that YoungFool is trying to implement it is
What
that
the
he's
hell?
not taking the opportunity to stuff Zalokus' attempts to re-establish pressure after being pushed out of the zone. So like
Oh.
there, he had an opportunity to run in with a 2K, and it absolutely could have stuffed. Because,
Might be it.
Oh!
Wow, that was a
Wait, what? It still hurt?
What?
What the fuck?
Oh,
All right.
Okay,
you know
so-
what? We can take another look at that on instant replay.
so Zalokus takes a 3-1.
Yeah.
interesting. So what we got to see was the
Can
super
we see that instant replay?
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
getting hit after it activated by a move which was going through it.
Yes, Lizella, that's exactly what happened. But yeah, let's go back and take a look at that.
He's not taking the opportunity to stuff Zalokus
Okay, slow it down.
to a little
I can't slow it down.
re-established pressure after
Oh,
being
I'm sorry.
already slowed down. We can
Actually,
see
it
it.
might actually already.
So like right
Oh,
there,
that might be
he
a
had
bug.
an opportunity to
Why did
run
all the
into
casters' brains
it's
just
a
stop?
feature,
You'll find
and
out.
It absolutely could have stopped.
You'll find out
Right
right now,
now.
actually.
Oh, and yeah, no, that still came out.
Wow, that was a
Wait, what?
The
It
interesting
still-
thing there is that the projectile like disappeared and then reappeared.
Yeah.
So
the
it
box
kind of led
existed.
to that absolutely heart-stopping moment of what happened.
So it's not invulnerable. It just still comes out.
Yep. The
It
box
has-
persisted
it
even though
absolutely
even though the
has
graphic left.
invulnerability frames. Of that, I
Well,
am
probably during the flash.
I would like to see that on Twitter just to see how people would react to that.
feel like they'll probably react. They'll probably be like, "Yeah, that's Bedman."
Yeah. They'd be like, oh yeah, no, I've seen that a million times because I'm so cool. I'm on Twitter.
I'm so cool. I'm on Twitter. Look at me, guys.
Because like I was.
Look
my
at
mind
me.
could
I
not
have an account
compute.
that wasn't shut down for 24 hours for no reason.
No, I've just looked up on Dustloop. The invulnerability frames are from 1 to 13, and the startup is 9 plus 4. So it covers the super flash and the move's actual startup. But apparently, it's 3 active frames were the difference maker here. It was active after startup, after hitting, or after being hit by Leo.
That
It's
is
extremely
insane.
unusual interaction.
Speaking of insane, we got Teddy versus Jimmy here. Kai versus Millia, a matchup that I dread personally, but I know is actually pretty good for Kai.
It sounds like another really bad Double Dragon title.
Duel 1.
I think the reason that you dread it is because you try to vapor pressure instead of guessing and blocking.
It would only be another. It would only be a new Double Dragon title if Teddy changed his name to TeddyTreebark or something.
TeddyTreebark.
Speaking of vapor thrusting instead of respecting and blocking, there it is. And
Listen.
he eats a big damage for that.
Listen, don't worry about it.
Vapor thrust is something in this matchup you should hold until it is absolutely vital, or until you have a pretty good feeling that they've been conditioned not to expect it.
He's not gonna expect this.
Of course,
Classic
right
Clown
there.
Keys game mentality.
Right there.
Blocks
We got
the
to-
bad moon. He
Right
blocked
there.
the whole mix.
We got to see a situation where Jimmy was caught trying to react to the things that Millia was
Oh my
doing
God.
instead of sticking to his guns.
That was a
But-
really good empty jump from Jimmy there.
But
Okay,
Treebark not
so-
able to set up enough stuff to whittle Jimmy's
Did anyone
health
else
bar
catch Teddy just kind of like losing heart when nothing worked? He was just like, I've hit every button and he didn't die. What do I do now?
You know, they kind of just stood there for a couple seconds. It's like the plankton meme. It's like, I don't know. I've never made it this far.
They've never lived this long.
They haven't blocked for this long.
Just turns
And
around to
another
the
way
ref
that's
like,
gonna-
is that legal?
Yeah, Jimmy
that
getting
legal?
mixed off of that H.
Can he do that?
Like, is it okay to
Big
guess
deal
my
for this
mix? Let's go. Oh wow.
There we go. Jimmy finally getting a good vapor thrust off, but the reward for getting the vapor thrust off is
Gets
not
punched out of his food jar.
nearly proportional to the reward for getting hit at the thrust. Jimmy yet
Ball
again
breaks him too high.
Teddy,
Stalls his
yep.
air momentum and then
Wow.
gets his burst off of that.
the high wall splat.
Unfortunately, he has to lose his burst here too.
6P.
Gets the 6P.
Oh, that's a big
Oh,
opener. I
straight
think
into
this
the
might be
5D.
able to kill. No, not quite.
He didn't have to leave him.
Unfortunately, dust.
Not as
The damage
deeper.
scaling on dust is kind of high.
Ooh,
Oh,
good.
man.
Oh,
that was
really
a
good
pickup.
play by Jimmy there.
Good choice.
He chased him. Did you see?
Now, the pattern we have seen in every single set with Teddy today has been lose game 1, reverse 3-0. Let's see if that's the case for Jimmy.
No.
No, I think Jimmy is a stalwart defender.
We'll see.
I think he's got this.
I think he is
But
Jimmy,
honest-
not Scringe.
He's not. We can prove that he is not Jimmy Scringe.
Hey,
Okay.
so
Okay.
That looks right there.
yeah,
Alright.
losing the round start immediately, kind of
The
unusual.
Fujark's
given-
directly out.
Given Kai's
Hey,
exceptional round start abilities, but
villain bursts him into the corner. That's what I love to see.
oh man, that Mirage was exceptional, getting through the Fujark and with the cross up and the super wall break. Let's see what he sets up here. Going for the
Ooh,
throw.
counter hit 2D into a combo.
Jimmy
Doesn't get
able
much
to-
off of it. Goes straight for the meaty.
Oh, yeah, and that right there is exactly why so many Kais prefer to use 5K OTG rather than setting up with the charged stun edge Oki. You can be much more flexible when you're in. Oof. That is an-
Whoa.
It's a miss.
Oh,
wait,
no,
that did
yeah.
not miss. That did not miss. Oh my god, I was wrong.
Classic ride the lightning not being projectile invuln, costing
Yeah,
Jimmy the
Capital-
round there.
Capel has a pretty big disjoint, so. Oof. Yeah, I mean, Jimmy knew there that the the setup off of a throw was not true, but instead of doing something with maybe more intention,
Just the vapor thrust there.
he preferred the press 5P and hope that they go on that side option.
Choosing not to use many special enders for his combos here, which I think is actually working in his favor, but Teddy is still just managing to capitalize off of every interaction. Just like here.
And Teddy able to do what Flashkick was not. Actually, not Flashkick. I think it was Zalokus. Punishing these JDs from Taki.
Take a shot
Good
for
stuff.
every close slash.
Yeah, if you did that in a Millia set
If you don't
or a
value your
Nago
life.
set, you'd probably be dead by the end of it.
Or a Sin set.
Better do this
Or a
with
Geo set.
sips of kombucha. You might make it.
I'm waiting for Sin or Dizzy to get in the game.
Sin is
More
in the
likely
game.
Dizzy. Oh, never mind. I'm talking about Dizzy. I'm waiting for Dizzy.
I
Waiting
don't blame you
Mama.
for thinking that he's not, but he is.
We see him so
Anyways.
infrequently.
Character's so bad he might as well not be in the game.
You got to see the charge 5D there. Wow.
Ooh, that's a big conversion.
Jimmy.
That might be dead.
That might be it.
That might be dead. No,
It
no,
is.
not yet.
It's not.
That was an absolutely exceptional option there.
Are you
He
kidding
Ooh,
me?
that's the same
God.
jump.
That's 11
Oh,
hits.
but
Can you
it's-
imagine
no,
the
it's not.
scaling on that? Ooh.
That was
Backdash into 2D to beat the throw. Good choice by Jimmy there.
That was a very interesting option that won him that particular game. He was capitalizing on Teddy's use of close slash to punish the JD, and instead set it up so that his spacing would necessitate Teddy swinging in the wrong direction. It was incredibly smart, but he hasn't gotten an opportunity to set up something like it again here. But speaking of setups, there it is, the tandem top, and
Oh, hang on.
Vapor thrust out of the pressure.
can you see some signs of life? Dragon install? Unfortunate.
We bold of you to assume.
We hope to see it.
Oh, OTG dragon install? What is this?
Damn.
Jimmy,
No! No!
no, it's
No!
Dragon
It's
install.
true! It's true! I'm so sad.
That burst, speaking of unfortunate, that was rough.
Just never do
Yes,
it. Install.
yes.
Just never do it. Just never do it.
No,
It's just
it is
better
worth
not to.
doing. You just have to take advantage of what it sets up for you a little bit better than Jimmy did there.
It's
Unfortunately,
worth doing if you can get a wall break while you have the beater in that health threshold. Unfortunately, he did it as an OTG.
There's also a particular difficulty in practicing with it, because sure you can go into training mode and mess with it, but in terms of real world experience, players still often don't use it and therefore aren't used to it. Oh, that was a
Is
very
that
good
gonna?
right lightning.
No, box
It's
is too
not.
far
Oh, it
forward.
wasn't. Wow.
That was
Teddy
very
was-
lucky.
Yeah,
Teddy was
unfortunately.
fully crossed up there. That is insane.
Kai supers really aren't good for dealing with Millia on wake up like that, especially while she's in the air.
Hmm.
Because if she ends up behind him, I mean, that's just reps. That ride the lightning's not going to hit.
Yeah, I mean, I was completely unsure as to the actual like shape of the box, but yeah, that's
The
all
only
the way
thing-
in front of him.
The only thing I could think of is if he TK'd it, you might have been able to get something off that, but
Jimmy throwing up the caps in the Twitch chat.
don't you dare throw up the caps in the Twitch chat, Jimmy.
These are mags,
Oh, it's
not
the
clips.
Kappas.
Duel 1.
All right, let's see what we've got in store for us. Can Jimmy break the trend of the reverse 3-0? We'll see. Okay, we get to see Fireball out of the corner there. And currently stuck in a bit of pressure. Oof, trying to use a far
Tries to
slash
go for
there.
Vapor Thrust.
I suspect that far slash was supposed to be a close slash, but maybe you just overestimated the distance between them. Ooh, that was,
Teddy is
you
able
see?
to get so
Right
many
there.
setups here.
Yeah, but he was able to backdash out of it because he recognized that it wasn't true. But
Man, if only
Jimmy's in a
Millia
really
could
bad
stay in the
position
air a
here.
little longer.
at the end of the day, he still lost the round. But he only needs to recognize a few more situations like that, and he can take this. Oh,
Unfortunately, gets the reverse on the 6P, which doesn't let him capitalize much off of it, but I mean, hey, he's able to capitalize off of it now. That's got to be worth something.
This is going to be big. We've got Oki on the other side of the wall, and Millia at relatively low health.
And
This is a good situation to be in
that situation, I probably would have ended the combo with Sacred Edge just because of the fact that he used Fujiark. It already took his shock state, so my goal would have been to reapply it there, but...
Yeah, and there it is.
Either way, he still won the round. He's back on. He's not out just yet.
Still match point for TeddyTreebark.
We'll have to see if he can do the Millia adage and play perfect. Yep.
Ooh, he jumps out.
Jimmy doing
my
a good
goodness.
job of recognizing that that was not a real one, and also doing his trademark JD setup there. Didn't quite get as big a reward off of it as he did
the
last
purple
time.
Roman to get the mix there.
Yeah, I think the purple Roman potentially allowed him not to make the tandem top true, but rather to react to the option that Jimmy that was a huge burst.
Oh, he's got to be kicking himself.
Oh, that's not it, but he's got a pixel of health. One hit will take him out.
Is to play safe, smart, and hopefully force Teddy to let him build meter.
Oh,
yeah!
Oh, let's go.
Smart.
Jimmy making it in with a purple Roman stun dipper into a 2K. Really good decision there.
Yep.
Yeah, and setting up off of those stun dippers is really one of Kai's biggest things. That it starts up so fast and moves very quickly. So he was able to catch Teddy off guard with that one.
Speaking of moving quickly, thank you to Prada for resubscribing very quickly this month for 16 in a row.
Thank you very much, Prada. We appreciate you.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
No, we don't make those kind of jokes here.
Yes, we
Dad
do.
joke
Shut up.
free.
Jimmy chasing him into the air. Really good decision. That's what you got to do against Millia, honestly. Don't let her jump over you without trying to challenge it. Because that's how she starts winning. Doesn't get the throw, unfortunately.
Rather, I would say don't let her do it, don't let her do it every time. There we got to see a situation where Jimmy tracked her appropriately and was able to get a good anti-air. Another good option that you can use for dealing with Millia, hilariously, is to just run back and forth. Millia's oftentimes don't exactly know what to do. That was a hard read.
She can't mix you up if she doesn't know where you are. That's one of my favorite strategies,
She can
personally.
barely mix you up when she knows where she is.
It's just like Zero. I can't react to the mix. If my opponent can't react to the mix if I don't know where I'm going to end up.
Okay, and Jimmy stuck in the corner, blocks the bad moon.
Unfortunately, gets hit by the low there.
Damn.
Teddy back on match point. This is dangerous for Jimmy, but
He does have
he's not out of it
burst.
just yet.
And I'm
Snipes him out of the sky with the JS.
virtually certain we'll get to see it. Oh man, and
It's
there he,
out-poked by Millia there with the
there he got,
2K.
I think a little bit greedy. I think he himself wanted it, but that was
Ooh, good 6P on the turbo fall.
Turbo
Just
ball
right
is
in
a
the-
funny combo.
It really is.
Yeah, I don't know where the forced induction is, but I'm sure
Turbo.
Millia mains will tell me at some point.
Ooh, DP's
wow,
out.
okay.
That was a really good position to DP out in, actually.
Yeah,
Oh, ooh.
All right, this will be big damage.
that is
A
big.
lot
It's
of
gonna get, and it's gonna get him. It's gonna get him positive, but it doesn't. It's not a hard knockdown.
Ooh, that's huge.
Ooh, it unfortunately drops the combo into the ghetto overhead.
Fast RT.
I love that tech.
It is very likely that
Final
this
round.
round Jimmy will be able to get burst again. And this is one of the things that is absolutely crucial to remember about the Millia matchup. You can't be afraid to burst, because burst builds with each hit that you take. And Millia deals a lot of hits, but not a lot of damage. So taking advantage of that. Oh, this is
Jimmy doing his absolute best to just keep her at arm's length. Goes to the ghetto overhead again.
He
Doesn't get the combo off,
killed off that,
but gets
there it
the
is.
throw, and Jimmy takes it.
Jimmy literally said, "No, I am not going to be the common man. I'm taking this man out."
He broke the cycle.
Jimmy said, "I see the statistics. They do not matter to me. I will forge my own path."
These numbers
I
don't
am
mean
the
anything
one.
to me because I can't read.
He's the 1%.
Jimmy going absolutely insane that game, putting himself in grand finals from a 2-game deficit, basically. Each game where he had a round lost.
All right. We've got 40% Flashkick versus Zalokus.
Oh my goodness, this is going to be
Man,
quite the matchup, depending on who we see.
I want to spend a little bit of time addressing a little bit of what we saw in that previous set, because I think it illustrated very well Millia's strengths and weaknesses as a character. We got to see that although she is able to mix very, very well, she can't deal a lot of damage, and she really does have to keep the opponent guessing. If she fails in doing that, it can cause a situation where she takes 1 hit, 2 hits, and in this game, very volatile neutrals, you will take a lot of damage, especially with the guts value as low as Millia has.
Exactly.
So we got to see, essentially, Jimmy was just able to use everything in that matchup to his advantage. He was able to use fireballs. He was able to use these JD mix-ups. He did a really good job. It was an inspiring play from Jimmy.
Way to play the Shoto good.
Shoutouts to Kai players everywhere. I'll drink to that.
I won't.
Oh, secondary, does that count?
No.
You know what? I'll half drink to that.
All right, I'll take it. Let's see what one of these players takes this set.
Zalokus going for Sin here instead of Bedman. Kind of an interesting choice. I feel like...
Do we think that Flashkick knows the sauce when it comes to Gazelle Step and Elk Hunt?
I hope he does. We talked about it earlier, and he watches the stream. We know because he always posts the copy pasta.
He might have it muted. You never know. But
maybe.
I
Who
mean,
knows?
we haven't seen a situation where he would have the opportunity to show it off.
Dang, Zalokus getting a pretty quick, clean, perfect there.
Flashkick taking a few risks maybe he shouldn't have taken, and ultimately taking a lot of damage for it. Wow, that was an excellently
Unfortunately,
timed
drops his combo
low
there.
slash. He was able to catch that backdash. We'll see if Zalokus can pick up more of those as the set goes on.
The dive kick, the worst jumping normal in the game, but I mean, hey, it worked there. Listen, you can't prove something's bad until it doesn't work.
True.
Okay, and here we're finally seeing a situation.
Flashkick does not
He could have killed off
punish the
that,
Hawk
but
Breaker.
there it is.
There's the kill there, though.
It was
Previously, Flashkick had an opportunity to kill, and he didn't. And if that were me playing, he would have clowned on me for that, so I'm going to do it back. What are you doing, Flashkick? Let's see it.
Oh my god, whiffs the throw. Fortunately, not enough stamina to carry that combo.
Again! Double dive kick!
Foot dive!
Foot dive!
Dr. Scholl's out here.
Right.
I'm feeling a lot of hostility.
Really?
Like,
I don't think I'm being
you
that
okay?
hostile. Listen.
See, Flashkick is doing some diametrically opposed play here. He is getting in on Sin, and then immediately leaving to develop a bunch of space between them, instead of using the space to get in and
First
then
out of the Hawk
staying
Breaker
in
because he has to.
with well-timed baits. But I mean, there I guess it works.
Unfortunately, he just timed his baits better.
I think Flashkick. Well, I think he might stand to play in the more aggressive style for this matchup. Once he's in, he should try to stay in, because Hawkbaker is not the world's best DP, and I'm sure a man of Flashkick's caliber could take advantage of that. But at the moment, he is basically getting in, stepping out, and forcing himself to re-win neutral over and over. And granted, yes, he is putting himself in a good range to fight Sin, but I don't know. I guess we'll have to see.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
Okay,
my hostility primarily comes from the fact that I wanted Sin to be good, because I was actually hyped for this character. And then he was awful.
Oh my gosh. That was a huge burst.
But anyway.
Like, is he awful or is he just mid?
He's awful. He's mid as a character, awful by comparison to the rest of the cast, though.
We still, I don't think Flashkick knows the sauce against this character.
I don't think so.
We are still getting to see. He could have thrown that.
He could have thrown that.
He could have thrown that.
Oh,
Okay,
punches
he
out of the.
at least to match his way out of that.
Yeah.
Punches his way out of the hoof stomp. Immediately gets the round.
But I would say one of the most valuable strategies employ in order to take advantage of these Elkons and being able to throw them is to use faultless defense when you get put in the corner to push Sin out. So his only options in order to reestablish pressure are the slow and risky beat driver and the extremely exploitable Elkon, or potentially burning some meter.
Like, it would be fine if,
I don't
like,
think
you know,
that was optimal Flashkick. I think a super was probably better in every way. But I respect the use of the BRC.
Watch out, Blitz. You're about to get Thug Finals again. Gets the hard knockdown, which is going to be a really good position, but Flashkick has his burst again, and I have a feeling he's going to use it.
Full meter.
Yeah.
He is glowing.
Yeah.
He's just going to use it. I mean, he's...
Yep, he is dead.
Probably the clairvoyant. And unfortunately, he's dead here unless this somehow whiffs. It'd be really funny if it did.
Okay,
All
Flashkick on number 2. Will we see the Bedman switch from Zalokus?
Do it, do it, do it, do it.
Show us to the
Memes,
bed.
memes.
I think it's really worth noting that Flashkick's neutral is so strong that he is playing against this character in so unoptimal a way and still winning. Kind of remarkable in a way, but don't let him hear I said that.
So here's my beef with Sin. He's wearing an eye patch that actually like says words on it, and if you get caught reading it, you'll get accused of staring. You're just like, well, you put words on it.
Yeah.
There's information there.
I think you can read it off of a quick glance, and also Sin is not the type of guy to judge you.
Yeah, but also, like, all of Sin's entire fit here is just hello. I guess this must be like the supreme of the Guilty Gear universe or something.
Okay, it's supposed to be a little. It's supposed to be like Soul and Kai like mashed together, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
like, I'm like, eh.
It's just the way Sin is fully kitted out in hello.
Oh yeah, no,
Fitted out.
he definitely has a $900 brick stashed somewhere with a label on it.
It just says clothing budget.
Yeah, it just says hello.
It just says hello.
This is a big opportunity for Flashkick, but leaving a bit too much of a gap for the Sepultura there and getting DP'd out. Of course, this is with Flashkick, everything's a game, so I'm sure that he's going to potentially bait out Zalokus from doing those types of things. We'll see.
Gets hoof stomped
Of course,
directly.
Right now, he is taking mad damage off this.
Questionable wall. Questionable Roman, but I guess he probably didn't know the wall was going to break. Oh no.
We're
Good
juggling.
opportunity for some corner carry, but
Flash is the type of guy to win off this situation. So let's see.
Oh,
Zalokus!
What did I just say about using this as an opportunity to condition? Flashkick is very into those.
Oh,
No, Zalokus, you had full meter. What was that? What were you looking for there?
no, we won't do that again.
I think he might have panicked.
Perhaps, but dang, bro, that was.
Wow. And that Sol Puente getting around the 6P, that was fascinating. This is a big damage.
He's trying way too hard for those 6Ps. He needs to get a good approach here.
I have a pro tip for anyone fighting Giovanna. Don't use 6P in order to beat Sol Puente. The issue is, well, there's the round, but the issue is that Sol Puente actually has an enormous disjoint, and in almost every situation will beat 6Ps. So remember, if you want to mash out with it, use something like a close slash. Something with more range.
Good advice. Well, time to bring in TeddyTreebark to face down 40% Flashkick for this loser's final match. Winner of this goes
rematch.
on
Oh, yeah.
to face the Jimmy.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I can't use his copy pasta until he actually like beats 40. Yeah.
Flash
until
kick.
40.
Pro tip
beats,
for next time: throw the
Teddy.
elk hunt.
Yep. Throw elk hunt. It does
Always
not-
throw elk hunt. It's always morally correct.
It cannot be.
Morally correct.
It cannot low profile throws. So all you have to do is when he runs out of the ability to use some low moving option, what you can do is block high, react to the hoof stomp with a mash out, or react to the elk hunt with a throw, which is extremely funny. But moving on to Millia Rage, a character who isn't quite as exploitable.
Sorry, just real quick with the whole like morally correct thing. That just put me in the mind of Kung Pao. It's like people say there are things that are not right to do. I do not like such talk as this.
Wow.
It's just the Polpo speech. It's just I believe God forgives everything. So maybe everything is morally correct.
What a burst
According to
from
Polpo.
Teddy.
Oh god,
Why
it's the
would
Assassin's
you do
Creed
that?
mantra.
Assassin's True.
That was a hero burst if I've ever seen it. But
That was the Cali burst of Cali bursts.
It was a sacrifice to the gods, and they were not pleased.
It was like
We're
a
not
soul
pleased.
caliburst.
The Soul Cali burst. Amazing.
All right, Flashkick able to set up the Roman combo off of that Valencia and
Wow, the extra 2 damage mattered.
absolutely murder Treebark. Okay, in that instance, Kevin, I would have done the 5H too. I'm talking about setting up off of the Jupe with a advancing 5K instead of a 5H.
Can anyone else feel Flashkick staring at him?
Yeah, no. I'm
just a little
listening. I'm listening. I
condescendingly?
swear.
I can feel
listening.
Flashkick.
Just breathing down his neck.
Murderous
100%.
intent.
Shake my head.
Okay, so once again, we've got these players out here just checking each other out, trying to see what kind of things they can do for neutral. And it's a really big start for Teddy here. He's both got Flashkick's burst and got him in disadvantage, although now the tables have turned.
The turn's tabled.
That was a really good TK Bad Moon. Okay. Probably intentionally drops this combo to get him set up with all this risk. I think that cap will probably crossed up if I had to hazard a guess.
Yo!
Oh my god, gets
Yeah.
walled out. Gets walled out by the 5K there.
Straight up
Walled
dash
out,
checked
called
him.
out.
Like,
Yeah.
no.
Millia's 5K is the same speed as Geo's, so if Geo runs in, there's no way she can 5K in time.
Absolutely.
Although I believe the best counterplay for that particular situation would be dash in 2K.
Teddy, I don't know about that burst. That was way too early, and you have a roundup.
Oh,
But no, I guess the confidence in getting it back next round is understandable.
Ooh, up and over the projectile.
You see, it is and it isn't, because Millia can't take as many hits to develop the burst meter as most characters can.
She's the
I
most
have
fragile
a
Russian.
feeling that he is not going to be able to get the burst back in time.
Probably
I
not.
guess we'll see.
Guess it all depends. That counter hit
one to
2H
try.
is huge for Flashkick.
Yeah, that does some insane damage. Oh, yeah,
Okay.
this is through the wall.
Ooh.
Giovanna in advantage.
Teddy will
bonus.
get burst.
Rough
He will
situation.
not get burst back.
And it looked like my prediction was true. And I'm absolutely certain that Flashkick used a throw there. A, because he knew it would kill, and B, so that he couldn't burst.
Exactly. Flashkick thought of that ahead
Yeah.
and just knew exactly what to do in that situation.
See, this is one of the things that sort of places the balance in opposition to a character like Millia. That the burst, you can't develop it as fast as players fighting you can. So you have to use it very carefully, and Teddy didn't there, and it led to him not having recourse in bad situations. I'm interested by the fact that Flashkick is setting up on these airtight block strings here. I'm wondering if he's angling to start doing things that are maybe a little more aggressive off of these 5Ks, but I guess we'll have to see.
Well, he
Gets
can't
to
be
pick
your
up
angle
off
or
of,
your devil.
Yeah. Getting to pick up off of some air combos.
Teddy opting to not burst here. That's going to be
I
the
don't
round.
Is that going to kill? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He should have
zero
burst.
Certified alrighty then, chat room.
This is a situation where Teddy, it's do or die for him. If he loses neutral too many times, first he'd be in an extremely bad position the next round. whereas Flashkick is almost certain to get burst, if not, or once for sure, but potentially twice.
Depends on how much guts Gio has by the end of it, but honestly, if you want my opinion, I think those games against Jimmy rattled Teddy.
My man's was a
Doesn't look like
centimeter
he's
off
been
the
playing
ground
at his
for that
best during this match, but to be fair, Andrew hasn't really been respecting anything Teddy's been doing. But he hasn't really had a reason to either.
Wow, and he just kept mashing. And caught Teddy trying to do that 6K.
Teddy gets a successful burst there, and immediately...
Speaking of burst, there it is from Flashkick.
But Flashkick will get it back because of Gio's guts.
Potentially. Depends on how much meter he has and how much damage Teddy's able to do with it.
He might not get it back now, but...
Yeah, I don't think he will. But he might not need it, depending. Oh, wow. That was
not looking like it so far. That's going to be a wall break. That's going to be a kill, actually.
That was an exceptional mix-up from Teddy there.
Absolutely.
To get that cross-up with the Capel. Absolutely huge.
You see how far she flew?
I mean, that was 2 wall transitions.
Well, she does have wings. Sometimes she can fly.
Well, even without wings, I can still fly, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't talking about Millia.
Once.
I wasn't talking about Millia.
I'm the greatest superhero ever. Can you stop a bullet? Once.
Oh man, what a huge start.
Really good start off for Flashkick there.
Flashkick absolutely could have broken the wall off that, but I suspect that he opted to go for A, the more safe and consistent option, and B, to set up for potential OP situations. But I mean, by the time I finish saying this sentence, we're already in exactly situation, so maybe a little bit ill-conceived. Okay.
Teddy really pulling out all the stops here.
Pulling out no stops is what I'm looking at.
Gio having to use YRC is never a good thing. She likes to hang on to that meter.
Try to do that dash
when you're fighting a character like Millia, you can't always rely on that. Oh,
that is
a real heartbreaker. Although extremely good awareness from Teddy there, expecting Flashkick to take some riskier options after catching that gold burst, and he caught him lacking on that 5D. Not a true block string. So
unfortunately, Teddy just keeps putting himself in good positions here.
Unfortunately, maybe for Flashkick, but for Teddy,
yeah, for Teddy,
his dream comes true. He's coming alive,
and that's going to be the game right there. Didn't even lose his burst.
Wow.
Yeah. Use it?
Flashkick not paying Ms. Rage the respect she deserves.
Can't lose
Absolutely
what you don't need.
I am absolutely certain at this very moment.
I knew he was going to do some Avatar shenanigans.
Flashkick is probably gaining his chi or something. He's probably centering himself.
He's strapping his Naruto headband on a little tighter.
Probably doing some signs or something.
Wow. You're wrong for that.
Either way, I'm sure he's got the power up. So we're going to get the best possible Game 5 out of both of these players.
Teddy just mashing out of all of Flashkick's normals.
This is Teddy at only a fraction of his power. There is no...
Oh my, that's dead. That's dead.
Although he is dead, so...
He is. I am dead, you know.
Cadaverific.
By the way,
I don't know if you knew this, but I'm certifiably dead.
Yeah, if you don't believe me, check my pulse.
Oh!
Oof.
That burst, why'd you do that?
Unfortunate for Flashkick.
I suspect he was trying to set up into that close slash, and burst was an accident.
Perhaps, but...
Really bad execution error.
Oh, match is out. Good trade there.
Everything he can do to stay alive and put some damage on the board here is just a little bit extra burst meter.
He took Teddy's burst, which is a really good thing here for him.
Yes, it is.
That means going to the next round, Teddy's pretty much not going to get it back.
Yeah, he's dead off this, but I suspect based on the height of the burst meter on Flashkick's side, he's going to get it back. So we'll see how Teddy plays around that. Of course,
Flashkick's definitely extra confident going into this round. Goes for a throw setup. Goes for a meaty into the wall break there.
Not enough meter for the super, but definitely.
And Teddy's not going to have enough burst meter to survive this. Goes to Roman off the JD.
That's it.
That's it for Flashkick. Flashkick got it.
Actually, that's it for Teddy. See you
That's
later.
it for Teddy.
Out of bracket.
Have a good night. Pack it up.
No
Jim,
Lily
can you
of
give
Steel.
me 10 seconds, please?
Yeah, that's why Teddy lost. He couldn't play Lily of Steel. Simply the power up.
But
6,
congrats
7.
to Flashkick. Gets the run back against Teddy. Takes him out.
All right, turn his copy pasta on. He's earned it.
I did it. I did it. All right, we are now on to grand finals. The Jimmy versus Flashkick.
Alvin, I already beat you to it. Ha.
Yeah, no, it's
We
called
get
the
to
copy
see-
pasta. We gotta keep posting it.
We get to see
I
a
know.
matchup I'm very excited to see.
It's just
My boy,
just the South Bend
Jimmy
Grands.
Not So Scringe versus 40% Flashkick.
It's just the South Bend Grands. The classic.
How will Flashkick handle this distinct breed of Kai? Will we get to see a bunch of whiffed vapor thrusts? Guess we'll have to
Yes.
see. Although something I'm certain we will see is a lot of mashing on Fujiark.
Instead of reflecting on
My
Oh,
boy
definitely.
Flashkick does not let you get away with those. So we'll get to see.
He hasn't let me get away with those. Not once.
We're letting intros rock.
That's what you got to do. It's called showmanship.
Pomp and circumstance.
Gets you psyched up. And that was already a
Early
huge
burst.
opportunity, and I could not respect that burst from Jimmy anymore. That damage was going to be huge. And unfortunately for him, it was still huge.
My goodness.
Okay, but he comes back. Guns ablaze.
Jimmy is really good at using 2D as a poke here. I just want to say that, but
Yeah,
that blue
2D
Roman into backdash.
2D out of characters like Kai and Soul is kind of an underrated option. Something you usually see from only the players at the top of the totem pole. So it's good to see Jimmy beginning to utilize it himself. That was an excellent
backdash on the throw.
backdash.
Good option by Jimmy. Goes right for the run-up throw.
Able to
Another
set up
one.
into this Oki.
Ooh,
And
mashes out of it.
using the villain burst to keep himself at advantage.
Impeccable mash by 40% Flashy, but unfortunately he's going to get wall broken here.
Exceptional 6B. Not going to
Really
take
good 6B.
that Trovao.
Basically just at the start of his jump squat.
He literally said, I don't have to take this.
He preempted that.
And Flashkick leaving enough of a gap in that particular block string for Jimmy to get a vapor thrust in. Of course, it's always a dangerous game.
Ooh, that's not good. That was an unfortunate whiff on the direct lot there.
Well, you call it an unfortunate whiff, but Flashkick intentionally used Faultless, and Jimmy did not recognize.
Listen, it was
but-
unfortunate for one of them at least.
But that's dead.
Yeah, that's gonna be game one for Jimmy. Jimmy taking the early initiative in this set. Will Flashkick be able to? Will he be able to pull this off? Jimmy's got 3 games to work through. Flashkick has 6. I mean, Flashkick's not the type of guy to give up, so
Yeah,
There's
he's
no
the type of
way.
guy to center his chi, tighten his headband, narrow his eyes, crack his knuckles, wear his fingerless gloves, and look through the screen, not at his opponent's character, not at neutral, but into his opponent's soul. So, will he be able to pull that same Jimmy?
or will we see Jimmy take the crown here?
Will we see Jimmy scringe? Only one way to find out. Yet again with these early bursts, and yet again, like
Ooh,
that's the thing that it absolutely pays to do. Yeah, that was a huge anti. I do not doubt, or I do not blame Flashkick for bursting that one.
it's just unfortunate he was able to burst that so high up.
Yeah.
Wow,
They did not give
what
that move a
corner
bit of
cross
disjoint.
combo. That was some really good execution from Flashkick.
Ooh, really good Roman into the 6P there.
Letting the PRC rock, baby.
Opting to use his meaties once again. But, oh, that backdash wasn't a great option. And he's going to lose the round for this, probably. Yep.
Yeah.
That was an insane read by Flashkick. Although, really, I think what it was a insane lack of reaction from Jimmy, but firing back with...
Dusts him right back. Oh, my God.
That damage was
That was
insane.
a lot.
That was, in fact, a significant amount of damage.
Jimmy with
Literally said I could do it too.
Jimmy's spacing is impressive.
I need to take a moment to just layer some praise on Jimmy's first game. This man knows what he's doing. Oh, and that
using the JD stall again.
Yep. Oh, this is big. That's definitely through the wall.
This will put Flashkick in a bit better of a position with positive bonus, but still has the health disadvantage. That was a really good throw by Jimmy.
What a throw.
Jimmy using his Stun Dipper purple Romans, like, just... the amount of times he's used that and it's worked so far is insane.
Both players likely to put burst on the table here, so I'll be fascinated
6
to see
feet
exactly
straight
what
out of the air.
happens. That is a big Sol Nascente, but for whatever reason, Flashkick not opting to put him through the wall, although this I think might kill.
Yeah, that's... Flashkick's on the board with one game. It's 1-1 right
Why put
now.
him through the wall where you can just kill him?
Well, every time you don't put someone through the wall, it gives them an opportunity. And something I would like to see out of Jimmy a bit more for this matchup is the use of Faultless. The Faultless game is kind of one-sided between these two, so I hope that he puts some effort into doing that, because Faultless, especially for Kai in this matchup, puts you exactly where you want to be in that mid-range. He has got to stop getting hit by those. Every single time he's getting hit by these run-ins and getting counter hit for it. And so
Jimmy
while
really
I
just
do
trying to
approve of his
find-
first game, he might not have to spend them if he just was more careful. Once
There's
again,
there's
Flashkick
the dust.
hitting this absolutely classic combo. People need to learn to just start just holding back on those 5H counter hit combos.
Oh,
what
good
a
backdash by Jimmy there.
What a bait. A little bit of a Freudian slip from Advent.
Listen, we haven't seen another Kai in this bracket since Taki, so this is refreshing, to say the least.
Reading the TKB or TBK and thinking,
Listen,
he was another member.
listen, the classic Lord Advent decision is read only the first 3 letters of the title and just be like, oh yeah, that's them.
He reads only
Eventually-
the first 3 lines of the Dust Loop page. Vapor Thrust, sign me up. But anyways, we've got the players back in neutral after
the double burst.
Once again, we see there Futurark's end frames hitting so close to the ground it beats out those 6Bs, so you gotta watch out for that.
Same effect as Hoof Stomp there.
Flashkick putting a lot of damage on the board with that PRC combo.
Not a great combo out of that 2H, but I mean, if it works for him, it works.
That was a good match by Flashkick, avoiding getting thrown there. Okay, Flashkick at full meter is a really scary position for Jimmy. Yeah.
Tries to block, but gets 2D'd. Oh my goodness.
I think he backdashed there, and that's why he died.
Yeah, he did. He backdashed probably anticipating a faster normal, and one that didn't reach quite as far, but...
So one more game for Flashkick in order to get the bracket reset here.
Download complete. Flashkick already had the download complete. He just needed to awaken.
Yeah, he's probably pushing up his glasses as we speak. The lights in his room
With
are
the middle
causing
finger,
a
of course.
reflection from them.
With the middle finger. Only the middle finger.
Which is glinting across the glass as we speak.
Of course, yes. The shine
But it's what's
radiating off
behind
the
those glasses that counts. These
several
eyes.
Hoshi figures on the mantle.
And once again, getting caught on this Futurark on entry. One thing in this matchup you have to remember is that Futurark is a huge risk.
Ooh, that's a bad Vapor Thrust.
That's dead.
Yeah, he's eating it for that.
It's worth noting that Kai does have another option that is less risky and has seen a lot less use from the Jimmy here. I want to see these stun dippers.
Stun dip a really good way to just stop your opponent from hitting you for a little bit, especially if you have meter.
Yeah.
But it seems that Jimmy's using a lot of that on Faultless, which, I mean, against Geo is a pretty good decision.
But he might not have to be in this situation in the first if he were using...
Yeah.
Man, that gap getting
He
punished.
timed that perfectly. Doesn't kill him just yet, but Jimmy's not in a great position. Oh my god, they did nothing.
Yep. Okay, but, I mean, he didn't get punished directly for the move, which is something you can't say for Fujiwara. But clearly
So,
there. Flashkick passing the vibe check.
Reset.
Yeah, we got the reset.
We are now jumping straight into dead-ass finals.
It is
for real finals.
It is Jimmy's turn
Shin last
to
chance.
reflect on himself, to discover the answer he's been looking for all these years.
Was
to
the one
finally rise to the occasion.
was the one piece inside of him this whole time.
Of course.
The real One Piece
what
was the
he
friends
really
we made along the
needs-
way.
What he really needs to reach for is the inner Jimmy scringe. He needs to be able to scringe his opponent to death.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that his middle initial is W and not L.
All right, will the next match?
Okay, I was about to say.
I was about to say, were we getting Guilty Gear server errors?
Yeah. We've been lucky so far, but
Mankind. Duel 1.
not letting those rock now, is there?
Okay. We got the round start going straight for the Fujiwara. Oh, jeez. That Trebal was from downtown.
All the way across the room.
Now, Trebal, that sort of spiral arrow, is pretty well known for being plus, but trying to set up off of it is never true, and that's why we're seeing Flashkick respect Jimmy.
Tries to go for the classic.
Trying to bait those out, those vapor thrusts.
Ooh.
Got the wake up super.
All these wake up supers have been hitting Jimmy pretty hard, honestly.
Oh, that was a huge catch on that
just
air back
doesn't
dash.
get the final hit. Why?
Can we have a moment of silence for Jimmy's life?
Not after that vapor thrust.
Yeah.
He doesn't deserve
May
a
he
moment of
rest in
silence after that
peace.
one.
You know it's bad when a Tempestad kills.
This is
Shots
true.
fired once again.
You're about to get Tug finals again.
Nope.
You better watch
Anyways.
out.
Oh man, that was a huge catch.
Ooh, that
And
burst
speaking
bait.
of catches, I think we need to put
I think that's dead.
Flashkick behind the pitcher's mound because, jeez, these catches. Oh, what a backdash. Now he's developed the meter, chipped out immediately.
I think
Yeah.
we need to put Flashkick behind a fishing pole for these catches.
Flashkick
Just
really
slid right
the
in
big
there with
ones.
the 5P.
Wait,
Rare
we
Geo
managed to.
sliding 5P.
I would
Oh,
call it
nice.
rare. I love to use that move. And you'll note that that Tai likes to use that as well. It's
Mhm.
kind of extremely underrated. After all, she can set up the same things that she can off of 5K off of it. The 5P, 6P Sepultura combo is just as potent as it is with the 5K, and it has less startup frames and can potentially catch the opponent mashing, thinking it's going to be a throw. So using that all to your advantage is a big deal. Of course, immediately we're getting to see Jimmy stuck in the corner again. He hasn't really had an answer for these, but he manages to make his way out.
He's going to
I
project us
think
to
he
try
was,
and
I
get some
think he was
pokes there.
hoping for the gold burst off of that Travail, but there's a little bit too much in the way of stun frames for him to get that off. Oh, and caught by the Foudra arc. He's gotta be more careful with those.
Flashkick really did just
Oh wow,
focus his chi last game.
16.
In one ear and right out the other, Jim.
Jeb or Jim?
Okay. Oh no!
Oh no, this is...
How many times do I have to say it? He's dead. He's dead.
He's
Jim.
dead, Jim.
He is a dead Jim. Oh,
Such a
no.
shame.
Foudra arc, bruh. Exactly.
Jimmy, my friend, I am trying to telepathically
Holy shit, he's speedrunning!
to stop using the 236K. Just stop using it for just a moment and examine your other tools for getting in.
Flashkick saw the round that Jimmy got. It was like, I'm not letting him get another one ever.
Okay.
Using the projectile to poke him out, but just this is the thing about Geo with Kai is that she could just jump right over his projectiles and then immediately punish him for it every time.
Yeah, and he hasn't made that adjustment yet. I suspect he needs some matchup experience in this particular arena.
Throws him into the corner, gets the meaty, but doesn't get anything off of it. And
That was a
unfortunately wins another DP.
Huge DP bait from Flashkick there.
Flashkick knew that was coming.
He predicted it. He felt it. He was like, "Time to die."
Something else I think it's worth noting, using supers to end rounds like that might seem a little counterintuitive, but not only does it lock out burst from being used, it also locks out burst meter from being developed. So he is in that microscopic way. Wow, what a burst bait! Absolutely enormous from Flashkick there.
Whoa.
Oh, goes to the
That's
classic Flashkick, and he's still gonna win off this. He's never punished.
Someone punish this man. Like, seriously, I'm
Will
tired of
Jimmy
it.
be? He will not be the one to punish him. Flashkick goes unpunished.
Okay,
He
I
takes
need
the
someone
win.
Fuck this.
I can
Mad
see
now.
him from the other side of the screen, pumping his fist. reveling
Flashkick,
in
I'm
the fact
disappointed
that
in you.
His name shows up next to first place in a gold medal in yet another bracket.
I can just see him laughing right now at the fact that he taunted and got away with it. Eat 10 dicks and dang, Flashkick.
I have a question for you, Flashkick. Who is that aim? Because if it's me, I would like to point out the fact. Yes, I see that earlier. I would like to point out the fact that I have done nothing but gas you up and paint this picture of your grand celebration.
You're kind of right, though.
Absolute
Okay,
hater at her.
Okay.
Let me let you in on a little secret here, TeddyTreebark. Flashkick is an inspiration for me, buddy. I want you to know that. I only trash on him
Flashkick.
sometimes because I want him to be the best he could possibly be.
Okay, Flashkick, it wasn't Blitz. I will back Blitz up. He was actually praising you. It was actually Evan and I that was like, fuck you.
Absolute hater energy.
Absolutely. Nah, I was gassing Andrew up. I just made fun of him for the 2 damage.
I have not done nothing
I just thought that was
but
funny.
criticize your gameplay all night, my friend. What I have done
And then on
is
top of that, I
examine
was
the situations, and I have been layering heaps of praise on you for most things, except for your dealing with the Sin matchup. You could definitely serve to use some throws more, especially on Elk Hunt. Now that I know you're listening, you
Well,
can throw
he
that
is listening.
on reaction.
And then on top of that, I was giving you all the praise today. I was like, why are you hating on him? Blah, 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 until you fucking taunted. Hey.
You tried several times? Well, I got bad news for you, brother. I think you might need to eat a few more carrots and get your eyesight checked so get that reaction time down.
Oh. It could be lactose.
Call me a pillar in the sun with shade tonight.
Wow, that was a joke so bad. You didn't get any of the commentators laughing with that
Thank
one.
God for Automod is all I'm about to say. Y'all
Thank
ain't
God
seeing-
for all.
Y'all ain't seeing what I'm seeing.
So, let me ask you a question. Had you tried that on Sin before? What? Okay. During your match with Teddy, what did I say that was negative? You wanted to strangle me? Why is that?
Man, I think you guys need to run it back.
Why is that you wanted to strangle me? I don't think I deserve this.
I think you guys need to hug it out.
I don't think I deserve this.
This is slander.
Let me be absolutely clear here. When in the commentator booth, one of the most important things that you can do is offer insight on gameplay. Go back and watch the VODs. The burden of proof is on you, my friend.
Teddy, thank you so much for coming, buddy.
It was nice seeing you again. I hope you come back next week.
Teddy.
Yeah, your work with Millia is something to be admired.
It's paying off. I'm gonna practice for One Piece regionals. You're gonna, dang. Teddy leaked the One Piece fighting game. I can't believe this.
Hey, all kinds of weird stuff pays out nowadays.
You're playing the TCG? Dang, bro. You're loyal.
Ruh-roh.
You're running White Piece. Dude, the One Piece is real.
That was weird.
That indeed happened.
PS5 just kind of stroked out there for a second.
Well, other than the fact that apparently Flashkick took issue with my commentary, I think that was an excellent bracket. I had a great time watching it.
Kaido sucks.
I
mean, yeah.
Bro, what did they do to Kaido?
The only Kaido I know is Fujimi Kaido, the drifting track in Forza Motorsport.
It seemed like you didn't have an answer for me not doing anything. Does anyone have an answer for anybody not doing anything?
No.
I feel like I see someone not doing something and I'm just like, I have to match their energy, or I just match on them.
What?
Wait, mad shit, go outside.
You can't make me.
I was talking about your avatar, not you.
Ninpo.
Oh, yeah, that makes
Hide
sense.
on the solar panel no jutsu.
Oh,
hide on the solar.
I suspect that that Flashkick thinks that I was throwing shade at him for the whole pushing up his glasses and doing the anime science. Personally, I find that a very important and potentially underrated area of fighting games. You've got to psych yourself up, and you are very good at that.
I take offense to his offense that we suggest that he does that, because you know he does. No.
He absolutely does. There is no question.
It's like, you guys think I do that? No, it's cool that you do that.
Yeah, it's fine that you do that. Just... All right,
let's look at
the actual results. Let's go do that.
I'm painting a picture for the ladies and gentlemen at home.
The people who actually watch these VODs on YouTube.
In third place, bringing the Millia mayhem, was TeddyTreebark.
Yay!
In second place, initially the Sin Slaughterhouse, he swapped over to Kai, where he brought the lightning. And ultimately, could not quite stand toe-to-toe with our champion for the night. Which leads us to the man, the myth, the legend, 40% Flashkick himself.
You didn't even name drop Jimmy.
Did I not?
You did not.
That is probably true.
You didn't even say his name. You just said, "Oh, there's a person in second place." Just kept moving.
It's like he lost to our champion, and then you went right to Flashkick.
This may or may not be my first time trying to do one of these send-offs. My bad. But Jimmy
Fine,
and
it's all
Flashkick
practice. It's all practice.
gave us quite a show. A show which is over for the night.
Indeed.
So thank you very much for joining us.
But yeah, that's everybody.
I hope you enjoyed it as
actually,
much as we did.
Zalokus in 4th place, Taki and YoungFool tied for 5th. Nick, Ben, Rob, and Prada tied for 7th, which means poor Phage ends up in last place this evening.
Poor Phage.
Poor Phage.
Well, the good news for him is, I bet he found those diamonds he was looking for.
I sure hope he did. Better be worth it. Oh man.
Okay.
No, he said no.
Flashkick,
No, okay.
you're saying that I painted you as a heel. You painted yourself as a heel. You started taunting, friend.
True. No
Okay,
hero
okay.
taunts.
Okay. Listen to me. When he said the villain burst. When you burst in the corner to keep someone in there. Okay? That's what he was talking about. There was nothing wrong with that until you fucking taunted. I'm still on that shit.
I'm so glad Villain Burst is catching on.
The villain burst really is one of the best.
We got to get the whole list of stuff. So we'll incorporate Villain Burst. We also need to make sure Scum Dipper is a regular thing.
Scum Dipper.
Scum Dipper, yes.
Yeah, Scum Dipper.
Yeah. That's one of Z fans. I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah, we'll get a whole vernacular, and then people will stop by and like, is this Strive? Are they still playing Strive? What are they talking about?
Oh, is that the Villain Burst?
What is this vocabulary? I am deeply confused.
This vernacular.
None of that shit's in the Oxford
They're
Dictionary.
shouting numbers and
none
letters.
of these words are in the
and
Bible.
Scum dipping? I don't even know what that is. Is that tobacco? But yeah. That
so
is...
like
What? Get quick.
Oh. Like, you know how like Ram has the double sword slam? I just call it the double sword slam. I don't call it anything else, but I know it has an actual name.
I get a side of fries and a double sword slam, please.
Yeah.
That's as good of a joke as any to go out on.
Yep.
Yeah, that is perfect.
It's Sabrota.
That is going to do it for us tonight. Thank you, everybody, for watching Matchstick Melee and our Guilty Gear Strive Weeklies. Remember, these are open to USA, Canada, and Mexico. So if you happen to exist on that gigantic chunk of land and you'd like to play with us, just hit the !Discord command in the chat to get directions on where you need to go to join us for the next time. Tomorrow we will have PC Grand Blue Fantasy Versus as per usual. And then Friday, you might actually catch me in complete isolation playing Idle Showdown. So if anyone hasn't seen that yet, I suggest you look it up. IDOL Showdown. It's a free-to-play FGC title using GGPO, and it's going to be awesome. Till then, big thank you to Blitz and Lord Advent and Gem for being on the casting crew this evening.
Our pleasure.
Not the casting couch for once. And
thank you once again for having us.
Of course, anytime. And yeah, we will catch everybody tomorrow. If you have not already, please consider following the channel and subscribing to our YouTube channel of the same name. We will catch you all later. Peace.
Good night, everybody.
Good time.